Samoa Joe relinquished the NXT title over the weekend, which means one of these four superstars will be crowned the new NXT champion tonight.
Try to get rid of all you haters and you bust. Down south slang, rolling with these huts. Trying to get rid of all you haters and bust. What's the sense of it?
It's a new look, new feel, new faces, but one thing remains the same. Tommaso Ciampa is, was, and forever will be Mr. NXT. And tonight, greatest love story in sports entertainment history gets a second chapter. It's Ciampa and Goldie 2.0.
I've been telling you all that I'm the baddest man in NXT, and tonight I prove it. I don't care how many geezers they put in front of me, Tommaso Ciampa, Kyle O'Reilly, LA Knight, line them up, and I will put them down. The result is inevitable. The Bruiserweight NXT champion.
This is the opportunity we all strive for. NXT 2.0 has arrived. Now tonight, I step into the ring with three of the very best, and I am one win away. One win away from achieving a goal 16 years in the making. Kyle O'Reilly, NXT champion. It's about damn time.
Let me talk to you. Samoa Joe out with the injury, and what is it? It's to his manhood, because he was scared to know that he was going to have to look into these eyes and lose the NXT championship to the $1 Million megastar LA Knight. But now, three men are stuck in that exact same spot. Dunn, O'Reilly, Ciampa. You all got to ask yourselves, whose game is it? And you know, it's LA Knight's game. God, you're as giddy as a schoolgirl right now. It's exciting, isn't it? What can I help you with?
Sir, my name is Braun Breaker, and tonight is NXT 2.0, and I want a chance to prove myself.
Okay, it is NXT 2.0. It's also the LA Knight show, because tonight I'm going to become the NXT champion. But first, I tell you what, in 2 minutes, why don't you walk out there, your music will play, it'll be real exciting, you have something to be excited about, and then I'll beat the brakes off this cross-eyed half-wit. Yeah!
HMG, the recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment. HMG, Hameen Media Group. This is NXT.
I say dummy. Dummy. Yeah.
LeVeL Podcast.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know who I am the reporter of the people, the man with the plan, Big Ray, here to stay to talk some lucha libre, which is your Spanish lesson for wrestling today. Yes, your Spanish lesson. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a new day. Yes, it is. It's a new day. I'm not going to play that music. I want to get struck. I'm going to play some music that will get struck later today, maybe. Who knows? Doesn't really matter. Ladies and gentlemen, it's different. It's a different feel today. The chat's been going on since 6:15 in the morning, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe not that early. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe I'm telling the truth. Who knows? We have matches that just didn't fucking happen. People just popping up out of the woodworks. Dog-faced gremlins. I mean, you know what? Before we jump into this, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you the one, the only. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the 2.0 time. Wait, maybe I'm going to stop the other music. The 2.0 time.
I was born with the mic in my hand. Then I took it from Medina.
Hawaiian hardcore champion. He is a Rip Rogers guy. And ladies and gentlemen, it is the vet, Jamie Williams. Vet, what is popping off, my brother? What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, Ray? How you doing?
Fucking exhausted, my friend, as we were talking off the air. I'm pretty tired, dude. But that's why I decided to pump myself up. Have some of the Broasters gimmick here. You know, the Russo brand coffee.
Mm-hmm.
What I did is I just took the coffee grinds and I stuck them, you know, in my gums like chaw. You know, and then whatever I spit up, I just put it right back in this cup. So I'm drinking straight up just saliva and coffee. How are you?
As long as it's your saliva, it's good.
Oh shit! Fuck my life. Colin's in the chat.
Colin is here. He's on time. He's excited. He's adding Sergio.
What? Why? No, what? Whoa. What's going on? What do you mean he's adding Sergio?
He just added him right there.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Former co-host of Next Level Wrestling Review for like 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Sergio.
Okay. Was it just 2 episodes? So I thought it was longer than that.
He might have been on a 3rd one, but I don't think so. I think it's 2.
All right.
But yeah, good to have everybody here. Everybody that's here. I'm glad you're all here. I'm sure you were. It's a little more lively, a little quicker than usual. Usually it takes, you know, they're slowly filing in, but I think this morning everybody just can't wait to hear what we have to say about this monumental episode of NXT. And man, right off the top, they pissed me off. You played it in the intro, and I'm going to go hard on that. That's a little sneak preview, but we'll get to it all in chronological order and due time. But I know that we normally have some old bullshit to kick around, you know, at the beginning, at the top.
Absolutely.
And I never know what it's going to be, and that's part of the fun. So, what do we got, Exhausted Ray?
Well, first and foremost, you know, the vet did say that he is going to go hard.
That's what she said. Or he said.
Yes, as he puts his big fist up. You got some big fists, man. Oh, wow. He's making okay, wow.
What movie? What movie is that from?
Hashtag all in. Oh, that's what was it? A Jim Carrey movie. What's it?
No.
No, not that one.
Mm-mm.
The fist thing gimmick? No.
Mm-mm.
All right, anyway.
Give up?
Do I give up? I never give up. Hashtag.
John, you're a huge John Cena fan, right?
Huge John Cena fan. All right, so check this out.
Okay. It's Chasing Amy, by the way, in case anybody was wondering.
Ooh,
but anyway,
what is that?
Yeah, don't quit playing. You know what Chasing Amy is.
I never seen Chasing Amy. I don't even know who Amy is. I swear to God.
She's not in the movie. She's the movie's named after a story in the movie about a chick named Amy, but Amy never appears in the film. It's a Kevin Smith film. It's the 3rd film from Kevin Smith. It's about a guy that falls in love with a lesbian. So.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Hot lesbian action. Old Eric Bischoff gimmick. Anyway, Vet, listen.
Canada Spaceman got it. He got it. He knew.
Did he?
But yeah. All right. Enough of that. We're all business this morning. 100% focused.
Speaking of Canada Spaceman, Vet, I'm gonna fade this out, and I'm gonna start playing it again. You know why? Because I would like you to read off who's in the chat right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, jeez. All right, hold on.
Oh, you want
click a button?
Yeah,
let me click another button.
Clicking buttons.
All right. After the button clicking, I see we've got Bobo, Canada Spaceman, good old Colin, Frank's Pickle Barrel Ass, Gam Wolfers, Mike Martin, Nobody Worth Remembering, and Sergio Rangel. These are, I would like to say, if we had Sonic the Hedge Rat in here, we'd have our complete all-star lineup. And I'm sure he'll get here in a second.
Willie.
But yeah, that's who we got at the current exact moment of 8:09 a.m. Pacific, 11:09 a.m. Eastern.
I'm looking to see if we have any new faces here. We have the A Show. Aaron Stevens is here. Is he? Is that him?
No.
Oh.
Colin's representing the entire A Show by himself.
That's not April Hunter.
And Colin, I think is today the big day for the A Show bonus. I believe so with the hardcore legend.
Oh shit! Who's this Sergio Rangel?
What do you mean? Who is this Shut Shut up, Ray. Quit playing.
Surge is in the house. Sergio. I'm gonna call him Surge because that's cool.
I already said him anyways. I don't even know. Not only did I say him before I read the people, but then I said him when we read the people, and now you're saying him like I didn't say it. If you don't want to pay attention to the people I call out in the chat, then don't ask me to do it.
Oh shit.
How about that?
Did you say Gam Wolfers?
Yes.
Then you shouldn't have said it.
Wait, so let me get this straight.
What?
Did I say it? Yes, then I shouldn't have said. I shouldn't have said
Yes.
the great Gam Wolfers.
Yes, he's here. Anyway,
And he is great.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's the deal, man. I'm excited about this. We are definitely getting to the 3 count. And then we're going to jump into this NXT 2.0, man. Was it any different? Was there anything special? Was there anything new? I think there was a lot of new shit going on this week. It was a different show than what we've been watching for the last few years. I gotta tell you that right off the bat. So you're gonna have to stay tuned for that. But again, we can jump into the 3 count for people that are new to this show, listening for the very first time. If you're listening on replay, we do a 3 count segment where we talk about the 3 top stories, whether it be news. Well, you know what? I'll play the intro because I pretty much explained it there. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the 1, the 2, the 3 count.
This is the 3 count with today's biggest stories in pro wrestling, world news, pop culture, sports, and more. And now, back to Big Ray and the Vet.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is the 3 count. And boy, oh boy, boy. You know, I know we're jumping ahead of ourselves here a little bit, but we were supposed to have a women's title match on NXT 2.0. Frankie Monet was supposed to face Raquel Gonzalez.
That's right. I forgot about that.
A lot of people did. Some people didn't. So it's weird because there was no explanation. So I've been reaching out to people like crazy. I do follow Sean Ross Sapp on Twitter also, and he couldn't find out what it is. I reached out to a couple of people, and they couldn't find out. I even spoke to William Alessia this morning, and William Alessia couldn't find out. And William Alessia knows everything. I mean, this guy figured it out for months at a time. So I asked him straight out. I'm going to read you what William Alessia, wrote back to me, and here we go. He said that Taya had an interview with Busted Open Radio on Monday, and the future match was talked about during the interview. Nothing about the match on Tuesday, right? He goes, my guess is if it's COVID related, let's say, then they refer to HIPAA laws, assuming it's Kevin Dunn's decision. Then maybe we don't ever hear about it. So I don't know really what the fuck is going on. I've been going crazy trying to reach out to several people. I've been going on to different websites, publications, so on and so forth. I cannot find a damn thing on why this was canceled. But I did go to www.com, and they have an explanation here. And it's weird the way they did this. So hear me out. This is only a minute long, ladies and gentlemen. I have to let this 10-second commercial play out. But now I'm going to ask your opinion on the fact that you basically couldn't even remember that this match was supposed to take place. Here we go.
You can't even put on a shirt. What made you think that you could actually confirm?
The match was confirmed. The match was confirmed.
Okay, listen, I thought that we had like a little bit of trust growing here, but clearly that's false.
That's Frankie Monet.
Because you're a liar. You, Robert Stone, are a
I would never
liar.
lie. I've never lied to anyone in my life.
Okay, let's not focus on the negative. Let's just think about it this way. Just means that Raquel Gonzalez is going to have her NXT Women's Championship a little bit longer than expected.
Yeah, she's just keeping the title clean for you for now.
Yeah, it's going to be yours.
Yeah. Okay, so you, sir, liar, sir, go get Mr. Regal on the phone and fix this.
Go
now.
On it. Phone in my house. Let's go. I'm on it. Taking care of it.
Now.
So the explanation is that Robert Stone fucked up somehow and didn't get the right information. This is the way they explained it on WWE.
Like with a working vignette?
Yes, that was it. That was the explanation.
Well, if they were going to put that on .com, why didn't they just put that on the show?
I don't.
Okay, well, very this is riveting
I don't understand. I don't
drama
get it.
here unfolding before our very eyes. I'm speechless. I'm absolutely speechless. We might as well move on to the next thing because I'm so speechless.
Well, I mean, I'm being serious, man. Like, this is stupid. This is like all right. So this is the first thing that came into my mind. Now that I told you that this match was canceled, and you're gonna have to excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna have brain farts. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna pause. I'm literally on 2 hours sleep. I have not slept at all. I kept waking up last night.
Except for 2 hours.
I should say a 2 hour combined. 2 hours combined.
Yeah, pal.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good. You got any more?
It's an easy impression to do.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So with that being said, my first thought was this: since the WWE has decided to go, excuse me, a whole different, I'm gonna cough, a whole different angle, like a whole different route. I thought maybe they just decided not to give her a title shot, just change their mind and shit. We've been talking for weeks about Frankie Monet and the way she looks on TV, so on and so forth. Maybe, Vince McMahon's taking over. You know how Vince McMahon is when it comes to the way certain people look. Kevin Dunn, Brother Love. But there is news that Triple H is going to be back in charge of NXT. And this actually is supposedly a Triple H run show. Supposedly. What do you think?
What do I think about what? All this hearsay?
All this hearsay, all this craziness, all this fucking pendulum, all this
I don't think
in the chat.
There's Sonic. I don't think Triple H was ever not going to be in charge. I think they just wanted to, get some housekeeping done in the direction that they wanted to go, but I think they still wanted him to run it. Like, they don't need any more stuff on their plates. You think Vince McMahon really still cares about NXT? No, he doesn't care. And yeah, Triple H just had some fucking heart surgery or something.
He needs to rest. He definitely needs to rest. The Iconics were plugging that they had some big, huge news coming out, and I'm like, oh shit, fantastic! They have some, apparently Jesse McKay, who's the other Iconic, they're putting out a song. Apparently, it's called "The Inspiration." That's their big breaking news. Either they signed with AEW, maybe the WWE, maybe even TNA, ROH. No, they're gonna sing a song.
That's cool.
There is absolutely no news today. I got to be honest.
Really?
Nothing. Not really. Nothing, dude.
What about since the 6 days previous to this one, after we did the last show? Nothing happened.
Well, I mean, you had Big E win the WWE Championship. How did you feel about that?
Well, I like Big E, and I guess he could be a WWE champion, but it did feel like the least, like, how do I put this? It's just like they did it, and it didn't feel real special at all. It seemed very random. They didn't even really explain, and they had a good reason of why he would do that. Because, a few months ago, whenever Bobby and the Hurt Business beat the shit out of Woods and Kofi, like, in front of him. So, like, I could kind of see, like, okay, now this is my get back on Bobby Lashley, but they didn't even mention that shit at all. So, and most of what they've had Big E doing on television is, oh yeah, there's some news. So we'll get to that in a second, but yeah,
absolutely.
Most of Big E's TV time lately has just been spent with him holding his briefcase up in front of his face and laughing like a maniac in front of Paul Heyman. It's like the dumbest, worst shit ever. So I have no faith that anything interesting will come of this, but if Big E's happy for them putting the belt on him, then I'm happy for him.
Yeah, me too. I remember watching Big E. I think I was there. One of his very first WWE. He came out with Dolph Ziggler and AJ Lee. and I was there with my son. It was a house show. We were literally front row, and I was looking at this guy. I was like, "Oh, that's a big son of a bitch," because he's not as tall as maybe a little shorter than I am, but he's fucking like enormous, and he had a little bit of that thing that just you can't take your eyes. Like there's a match going on, and I'm looking at what Big E is doing on the side. You know, at the time he was Big E Langston with the green and yellow gimmick on, and that was cool, man. Listen, I agree with you. I was when I was watching this on my phone, Raw. I said to myself, "Damn, man, it didn't feel as sincere," because I was also there live at MetLife Giant Stadium when Kofi Kingston won the WWE Championship. Shit, wow, I went way back, and that shit was just incredible. That was one of the most amazing moments I ever been a part of. I've been to Yankee playoff games, so on and so forth, and that shit was awesome. This felt like I don't know. It just felt like a generic and scripted happiness. Does that make sense, Vet?
Definitely, and just random, like apropos of nothing. A random Monday Night Raw. It's almost like it's like hot-shotting almost. It seemed like just a desperate, hey, we don't have shit to talk about on this show, so let's just put the title on Big E now. He's got the money in the bank. We're going to have to do it eventually. Let's just do it now and see what happens. You know, it's like trying to stick that, green reanimator fluid in a dead body. Just that's what it seems like to me.
Yeah. It's just fucking weird. Listen, I'd be remiss to not say anything here, so I'm just gonna put this over right now. Ladies and gentlemen, today at 3:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the A Show, we have guest Mick Foley, aka Mankind, aka Three Faces of Foley. You know what I'm talking about. Cactus Jack, formerly Cactus Jack Manson, WWE Hall of Famer, former WWE champion. ECW legend. That's a fucking huge. That's a huge guest. That's probably I gotta say that might be the biggest guest ever on this platform associated with Hami Media. He's probably the biggest in my opinion. So that's pretty cool. Colin Weissong did absolutely nothing to get this guest. I got to tell you that.
Okay.
Mick Foley, I'm sure he's more inclined to interviewing with one of the socks that he draws a face on than sitting down with Colin. But thank God Aaron Stevens and April Hunter reached out to this gentleman, and just amazing. Dude Love, yes, I'm sorry, Sonic the Hedge Rat. Is Dude Love's theme song underrated?
No, I think it's rated exactly where it needs to be. Everybody likes it, and
fucking love it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. And you can hear my Mick Foley story on the Impact Attack, which is now on VOD on YouTube. So go back and check that out if you missed it. Yeah, this is cool, and they couldn't get a better guy. Come on, it's Mick Foley. He's great.
Nobody worth to remember. You're asking me if I'm jealous of Colin or something. No, I'm not jealous of Colin or something. See, you have no idea. And for those listening for the first time, those watching the first time, we have a regular core of people that come on and hang out with us here. And Colin is not only one of the core, he's like a little baby brother to me, a little slow-minded baby brother that chews his shoelaces. And he's relentless. He's relentless, Vet. Every single day he fucks with me via text message. And apparently he's all over Billy Ray Valentine. Him and Billy Ray Valentine every day, all day. So if I give him a little shit on air, do you mind, Vet, that I do that?
Look, who am I to step in between this long, torrid love affair of the two of you? I'm the new guy on the block, so I just kind of have to sit back and let things happen.
What word is that? What does that say?
He wanted to say venereal disease, but it's Spaceman, so he's probably half in the bag or all the way in the bag at this point.
God, what are you doing in Canada over there? Jesus Christ. Anyway, it is what it is. Listen, I do have some actual. What am I doing? No. I do have some fucking news here. So apparently, NXT has made a huge signing. Ready for this?
Yes.
Okay. I see. I have to wait until you actually retort.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay. That's cool. Pete Dunne has signed a 3-year deal with the WWE. Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I'm just
awesome, man. I was just worried that for a second NXT was going to get interesting and exciting, but now I know that we're locked down for the next 3 years. And we won't have to get our blood pressure up or anything or even pay attention most of the time.
I actually have an audio clip of Vince McMahon signing off on this contract. Here we go.
Whoa, baby.
That's it.
What you gonna do?
Do you
what?
Not casting any aspersions on anybody, but do you think Jen would enjoy a nice bottle of Whoa Baby? She gonna give that a try?
Well, I mean, she's gotten some meh, for the last 8 years, which is like just mediocre loving. So why not?
Okay.
All right. I mean, it's funny. The other day, after me and Jen made love, she actually looked at me and she said,
Do you want to be a mark? Or do you want to leave a mark?
I didn't know what she meant by that. I guess.
Well, in your case, it's probably both, right?
Oh God. So Pete Dunne. Shit, vet. Yeah.
Here's the only thing I'm worried about now is the other guys. Like, are they going to sign deals? Because we can't have their deals running out at different times. I got to see Ridge Holland with a 3-year deal, a 3-year extension. I got to see. I got to make sure that Lorcan and Birch get a 3-year extension. Especially after that tag team match last week. Like, lock those guys up.
Yeah, pal.
Because, sometimes when you're having trouble sleeping like you did, Ray, to have these 4 titans of the ring, like, on demand at your beck and call anytime can be a valuable tool in getting the deep, restful sleep that you need to recover and perform.
Yes. Canada Spaceman says, I still have to edit that Friday locker room of Ben Hameen saying, whoa, baby, into a short clip. Ben said he doesn't care if I... All right, yeah, so I'll fucking send it to you. Would you like me to send it to you, Canada Spaceman? Just hit me up on Instagram, on Twitter at Big Ray Show. I'm sorry, wow, Big Ray Show. Big Ray Hernandez. I changed that. Anyway. Oh boy. So, yeah. What's Sergio saying? I heard Gargano's contract is up. So yeah. So that's a good thing to talk about real quick. Excuse me. My allergies. Fucking ragweed is super high here in the city. So yes, Sergio. Gargano's contract is up, and that's a great question to ask you because we're not gonna have really a chance to talk. Well, we could do whatever the fuck we want, but I'd rather talk about it now, real quick, during the 3 count. What do you think, man? Do you think NXT they re-sign Gargano? Do you think it's worth keeping him, or do you think maybe perhaps because I was thinking this last night, maybe perhaps if Gargano does move on, this is a way of having this kid, what's his name, Austin Theory, become the new leader of the Way. They have kind of like similar characteristics in their character, if that makes any sense. So I really want to hear your thoughts on that. You think it's worth them re-signing Gargano? And before you make your point, I just want to say that I feel like Gargano, ever since he's done this comedic kind of baby face heel persona, whatever the fuck he is, it's like a fresh thing for me. Like I'm enjoying him every single week. So what did you think? What do you think?
Well, Johnny Gargano is one of those guys that's dead to me. I've made that quite clear. I don't give a shit if he ever works again anywhere.
Why? What happened? Why?
You should already know. I've said it multiple times on this show and many others.
Then you shouldn't have said it.
No, I did say it, and then you should have listened. I think Tony Khan never said that, did he? If he ever says, then you should have listened, then make sure we get a drop of that. But I am glad to hear the return of then you shouldn't have said it on this show, because it was lost for a week, and that was a shame.
It was lost, but I do listen. It's just that we have people that maybe haven't listened yet. That's why I kind of throw it out there. Kayfabe?
Because he's got the same problem that a lot of guys have, which he refuses to acknowledge that he is small.
Right.
You know, or as a gold member would say, yeah, she doesn't understand he is small. You know, that maybe that's a better way to understand it. But the only people that know the value is the people in the company that look at the numbers. Like, if they think it's worth it to re-sign Johnny Gargano for merchandising and purposes like that, then okay, you have to look at how many the way t-shirts are selling, how many Johnny Gargano action figures are selling and stuff like that, and then see if it's worth re-signing him, because he's not selling tickets to the, you know, what is this place called? The Capitol Wrestling Center? Because I'm pretty sure they give those tickets away, right?
They don't. By the way, they're not supposed to call it that anymore. Now it's called the home of NXT.
Okay, whatever. Well, whatever it is, like, I don't think he's drawing any houses there. I think it's going to be those people anyway. And I don't think he's ever going to go up to Raw or SmackDown. And if he did, he had plenty of time to do it. Hey, remember that time he came out at the Royal Rumble?
I do.
Remember that time nobody cared? Because it was the same time. So, you know what I mean? Like, he's not going to go there because, you know, and Ben and I discussed this on one of the shows we did. It just, he knows exactly what's going to happen to him if he goes there. So he's perfectly comfortable staying down in NXT as long as he can until he gets tired of that. But I don't think he has any aspirations to move up, because he knows exactly what would happen to him if he went up. So like I said, the only people that know what he's worth are the people in those offices that kind of look at those numbers. Frankly, I don't see how he could make the company very much money versus how much a salary would cost the company.
Okay. And those are all extremely valid points. The only point I have is, again, that I think the guy's entertaining. Like, I've enjoyed his character.
Even if he's entertaining, sometimes it really doesn't matter what we like. It's kind of like about the business part of it. So, like, if Johnny Gargano is just bringing in money left and right, and I personally don't care for him, I'm still gonna have him on my team, right? I mean, that's not how they think up there, but that's how I think. I'm like, look, I don't have to like you if you're making me money. So
what if they make him a manager, like they had offered old Adam Cole, baby?
Yeah. I love how they say they don't really have managers anymore, and then when they know people aren't going to stick around, they say, oh, we can give you a manager role. Like, what are you talking about? You tell other people we have no place for managers, and now you want to make manager spots just for wrestlers, just to embarrass them? Yeah.
Man, things have come a long way. You know, being a manager was a big deal back in the day, bro. And I always think that in pro wrestling there is a place for managers.
Of course.
I mean, look at Paul Heyman, dude. I forgot. Does anybody have those? I'm sorry.
Here's the thing, Ray. When Paul Heyman was never a worker, it's a huge blow to the ego of a guy who considers himself a wrestler, like Johnny Gargano clearly does. His name is fucking Johnny Wrestling, right? You think he wants to sit there and do something like that? You think that's why Adam Cole it was very easy for him to walk out. Now, he was probably going to walk out no matter what they said, but when you hear that just lets you know, yes, I made the right decision. Because in his mind, he's a performer in the ring, and he would look at being a manager as a demotion. That's like saying, like, hey, Adam Cole, why don't you be a ref? You know, like, Can you imagine what you think you are versus what they think you are, and just being happy with that? He's not the kind of guy, and Johnny Gargano's not either. I don't know the man, but I can confidently say this. He's not the kind of guy that thinks so little of himself that he would take a job as a ref, or a manager just because he loves the business so much and wants to be around it. He's not a mark like that. He is a mark, but not like that.
You seem very passionate about this.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I think that's about it for news, man. There's nothing really going on unless somebody out there has any other additional news. If anybody finds out, listen, do me a favor. Anybody in the chat, if you guys, what are you grinning about? If anybody finds out
where Frankie Monet is, check all the Golden Corrals. Okay. check all the pizza buffet places. They have those afternoon deals, where you just go in and get unlimited.
Wings. I love unlimited wings. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yes, we heard that McFoley's coming on at 3:45. Is that Eastern or Pacific? Colin? Nothing? All right. It's what the fuck it is. Yep, that's about it. There's really nothing going on. Anything else you want to chat about before?
Not really, but
I did want to talk about something, but go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry. No, go, please. Not really, but
did you want to say anything about Norm Macdonald?
Yeah, dude. Why don't we talk about that? I'll let you start off. Great Norm Macdonald, Saturday Night Live, comedic genius, sarcasm personified. Love the guy. Please go ahead, Vet.
Yeah, just very unfortunately found out that he passed away after a long battle with cancer. Now, I say we just found this out, not just that he died, of course, but that there was cancer involved to begin with, because this is not something that was made public.
No.
So it just kind of came a little bit out of nowhere. But Norm Macdonald, one of those guys that I think was like, in general, from the mainstream, I think a little underappreciated, even though a lot of people may have known who he was, but he just seemed to fly just enough under the radar that he never made it like huge, but the people that are connoisseurs of comedy, like they all know who Norm Macdonald is. And like you said, just that he had that delivery for those certain types of jokes that he would write.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, not for nothing, your humor, like the way you deliver very fucking funny shit, is Norm Macdonald-esque, where you're straight-faced, dry. You're saying it like as if like you could say something like crazy, and it's like people are like, what the fuck did he just say? But you're just kind of saying it, like he stuck his Colin stuck his finger in my ass. What? And it's just the timing was perfect.
Yeah. But he had a way of taking like just saying like normal things in a certain way. Like in the movie Dirty Work, if you remember, which is probably like, his crowning achievement, getting a feature-length movie. And there's a scene where he's in prison and he gets, raped in prison. And like they show him just like this happens off screen. And then he just like he walks back into frame and he's like rubbing his ass, the whole time. And he's like delivering this speech of saying, and he's saying stuff like he's like, what hurts the most? The lack of respect. The lack of respect. Well, that and the other thing, that hurts the most. But the lack of respect hurts the second most. That was like a perfect encapsulation of like the kind of jokes he would write. And he'd just get hung up on certain words like whore. Like he said whore so many times that he counted on the word whore just sounding funny enough that if he said it, it would get a laugh. And it usually did.
What about Norm Macdonald? And I'm laughing just thinking about it when he played Burt Reynolds.
On Celebrity Jeopardy on Saturday Night Live.
God, dude, that was so fucking funny, dude. For people that don't know, yes, unfortunately, Norm Macdonald left us, and I was like, "Oh man, was it COVID?" No, it was fucking cancer. Nobody. You're right. Nobody knew. Nobody. But there was a joke that Norm Macdonald told that now sticks out to me. So it was in 2020 when COVID-19 first kicked off, and he just looked straight deadpan in the camera. He goes, "Well, I guess we all know how we're gonna die now." Just like that, dude. I was like, "Holy shit!" Norm Macdonald was a fucking legend, dude. A fucking legend, man. And man, we lost so many phenomenal legends. One of my guys was George Carlin.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking this yesterday as I was on the train with all this shit with BLM and fucking COVID-19 and mask and Biden and Trump. And could you imagine the shit that would come out of the mouth of George Carlin right now? Amazing.
Yes, I can. It would sound probably very similar to a lot of the shit that came out of his mouth all those other years. Because he was always like spot on in finding the truth about things and then making that funny, just saying it, just phrasing it a certain way. Totally different than what Norm Macdonald did. But yeah, it was. So that was some unfortunate news, but I didn't want to just completely let it go by.
I did want to ask you two quick things. Did you see the whole shit with the Ocasio-Cortez? She went to the Met Gala wearing this dress. Let me see if I might actually have it here. But so she goes to the Met Gala, right? You know what the Met Gala is, right? It's very exclusive.
It's like a big ball or something.
Yeah, it's $13,000 a ticket, so on and so forth. And let me see what I got here. Maybe this could tell the story a little better.
The annual Met Gala was held in New York, and on fashion's biggest night, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez took the opportunity to make a statement. She was sporting a white gown that read on the back, "Tax the Rich." And this outfit has drawn mixed reactions from the public for promoting the message at an event that costs more than $30,000 per ticket. Joining me now is the woman who designed the gown, Aurora James. She is the founder and creative director of Brother. Thank you so much. And we got to see you there as well.
Yeah, I don't want to hear from her. So this girl goes to this fucking ball, right, with the tax the rich thing. So this dress is worth, I think it was worth a couple of thousand, 13,000 to be exact. $30,000 to get into the damn gala, and she's wearing this fucking white dress with the right red. It's just such a fucking. I thought you heard about the story. I was interested to hear. Cujo 62 is here finally. Welcome. I wanted to hear your thoughts on that, man. Like the hypocrisy of just all of government, man, and in a fun way, because we. It's always so serious. We can make fun of these fuckers every once in a while, can't we?
I suppose. Why not? I mean, they do it enough of it themselves, but I guess we can point it out. Yeah, I mean,
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
When is stuff like that, like those galas, and when is that stuff going to go extinct? Like, who has time for this anymore? I just don't understand how we accept that these things go on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We
have Gam Wolfers comes out and he says hypocrisy. Wait, let me see. Hypocrisy. There is no way to justify it. She partied with entitles. Yes. Only
elites.
Elites.
He's very tired, folks.
I can't see. Like, I'm blind. Only to virtue signal. And then Colin Weissong, the producer of the A Show, that at 3:45 p.m. we're going to have the great Mick Foley on. He says, and she tried to spin it. Excuse me. And she tried to spin it that she was doing her civic duty as a New York politician by being there with a facepalm emoji. You really had to put that face. Screw him, Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Well, let's. You want to play devil's advocate all the time? Let's play a little bit right now. Like,
yes, I did.
Who's to say that? What? Who's to say that? If she's obviously rich, right? So, right. Who's saying she's not paying her taxes? I mean, she's just saying, "Hey, tax everybody else." Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe she's not rich.
Yeah, she's rich enough, though. I mean,
you think so?
Sure.
What do you think is rich? Like, what's rich to you?
It's relative, but I mean, she's got more money than a lot of people.
Like if a couple of people came over from Somalia right now, to my house, they would think I'm fucking wealthy.
Yeah, you are wealthy compared to perhaps a poor Somalian, but let's just put it this way: I don't think AOC had to like break her piggy bank and count all the quarters just to make sure she could afford that ticket to the gala.
Wait a second. What is this? Ray, stop rubbing it. You will go blind. Scott Woodford. What are you talking about?
Fuck,
Stop rubbing what?
That can't be true. I don't even need glasses, bro.
Bro, I would have. Media M5, what's up? You're in the house, man.
I would have been out by the time I was 14. I would have been out on the streets with a cane in the cup.
Oof. You kidding me,
you know
dude?
what I'm talking about?
Jesus Christ. I should be in jail for life for as many times as I molested myself.
For life.
For life. But it's actually 5 fingers. I use all 5. Yeah. Not that I need them. It's more like
4 fingers, 1 thumb.
Whoa. Okay. Are you talking with the rubbing? Anyway, so yep. I'm just gonna put this pen down. I really wanted to talk to you before we jump into NXT about the AEW game. Now I know you are a gamer. Have you seen some of this this live this what do you call it? Live play gameplay footage that they put up of the AEW. You haven't seen it yet?
The only thing I saw was when they had like just the the demo stuff from like back in a while. So now they've got some gameplay footage, huh?
They got gameplay footage with Jungle Boy. You can go on take a look.
Oh shit, I'm about to pre-order right now. You can play as Jungle Boy?
You can play as Jungle, but here's a hello? Who's that? Is that Colin? No, he's not here. We don't send him the link. So basically what they showed is, are you seeing it? Are you looking at it?
No. I was laughing at your joke.
Oh, so basically, it looks like you can control the person. They show this gimmick where Jungle Boy is controlling the guy by the wrist, walking him over to the corner, and then he does a spot, which is pretty cool. It looks great. CM Punk is in the game. All the new talents are in the game. The graphics look really good. It's done by Ukes, who were the guys that were. Yeah, I know. Why you roll the eyes? Tell me.
Because Ukes have never made a good game in their life, but whatever.
Well, they were there during the. Were they the ones that produced Here Comes the Pain?
I think so. So maybe one good game in their life.
Well, they've done all the WWE games up to 2K.
They started with SmackDown on PS1. I think was the first game that they did. But yeah,
I used to fucking love. Yeah, No Mercy was awesome, but Here Comes the Pain, dude. I still have it. I have a PS2 that works. I have other games for it, but I just have that game in there. And I think if I tried to pull out the game, I'm afraid that the PS2 would stop working. It's just
it's better just leave it how it is, right?
Well, I have the top loader, the thin PS2 that came out. It was like the later version, but like the contacts for the fucking charger, you could tell it's all eroded. But have you been able to take a look on your cell phone?
I'm trying to look at it right now, but some of these websites keep popping up with these friggin' things. I'll just have to take a look at it later.
Well, just go to YouTube. YouTube, they have it. It should be up on YouTube.
Okay.
Anyway,
but yeah, I mean, I was a big fan of the Aki engine stuff. Like the like you said, the No Mercies and the
WrestleMania 2000,
the WrestleMania 2000s, and the WCW Revenges, and the virtual pro wrestling 2s, which was pretty great. Now, as far as the Ukes games go, even though Here Comes the Pain was probably the best one, man, if you take a look at Shut Your Mouth and go down that roster, like the roster they had in that game, man, it's unbelievable. They had everybody from every era. So from Stone Cold, no, I don't use a phone for that. Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H, Kurt Angle, like all those guys of that era. But you also had like the Hulk Hogan, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and then you had like
the game.
I think so, yeah. And then there's also, but then they had Tommy Dreamer, Raven, all those guys, Maven, like every great person that you could want to play. That's the friggin' roster right there. Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth.
And I'm not telling you guys to shut your mouth. That's what the game was called.
It was what did Canada the Spaceman say? He says, I stopped using cell phones after it gave me leukemia in 2006. It's not even funny.
Man, he's just surviving, bro. He is
How do you have
surviving.
fucking-
He got that Roman Reigns leukemia.
Also junked my microwave to play it safe.
Okay. All right. Well, this show's going off the rails, but
oh boy.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we can. I think we can get it right back on track with the brand new, exciting NXT.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. Well, while I pull up the notes for it because I forgot to pull it up, is there anything you want to put over or tell our friends, or just if you can give me fucking 30 seconds, that'd be great.
Oh well, I can vamp for you for 30 seconds. I don't really
Please.
have anything. As I was sharing a little bit on the Impact Attack, I am also now the proud owner of a PS5. So
You
if
said that
anybody
last
wants
week.
to-
I hate you.
Yeah, I'm just letting everybody know, just in case you were all wanting a PS5, that I have one, and you can reach out through the screen and touch me right here, just like the Way would, or the Dairy Queens, I should say. Yeah, so that's been pretty cool. I think my PS4 was getting ready to eat it anyway, so it came at a good time. Are you ready yet? Are we done? 30
I
seconds.
am
is
ready.
up? All right,
Are you
let's do
guys
it.
ready? And I don't care if we get a strike on this. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for NXT 2.0.
Down south slanging, rolling with these hustlers, trying to get rid of all you haters and you busters. Down south slanging.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is NXT 9/15/21. Ladies and gentlemen, this is NXT 2.0. This isn't your little brother's NXT. I don't fucking know. Your grandfather's NXT. So we are coming live. We are coming live from the not the Performance Center. We are not coming from Full Sail New University. We're not coming from wherever the hell they called it before. Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming from the home of NXT. So we have a lot to unwrap here, my friend. Your first impressions when you first turned on your TV screen and this fucking dope ass theme started playing.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with that.
All right, start with that.
I don't mean any offense to Wale as an artist, because I'm not a rap guy, as you know.
You're not?
I'm not a rap guy.
I thought you were a hardcore
Meaning
rapper.
I am a rap guy.
Oh, got it.
At least, some of it. And this song is fine if you like that kind of, if you like that kind of thing. But as a theme song for a show, I guess, like this, to sort of set a tone and pump you up, it's kind of fucking boring.
It is that's the first thing that came into my mind. You know what?
Then you shouldn't have said it.
Yeah. Like, if you want to just relax and listen to this kind of like sort of lo-fi chill hip-hop beats to study and relax to type music or whatever, then it's fine for that. But to pump you up for action, not so much.
No, not at
like, and maybe you didn't like Say Cheese by Poppy, but at least that had like a little bit of punch to it. This makes me just kind of want to chill out and relax, right? And maybe those two things don't go together. I don't know what anybody else needs. Metal, you could say Cujo, he says wrestling needs metal. It could also just need faster pace rap. I mean, if you want Wale to make a song, just have him make a faster, more up-tempo song. It's personally, that's just what I think. But apparently you agree.
Yeah, it's the song's the shit. It does nothing for me. It doesn't, like you said, it doesn't pump me up. You know what I think of when I hear this song? I think of fucking sitting down in the car with my other homies back in the day. Just drinking some Cisco and smoking a Philly blunt. Full of weed, maybe a White Owl. I don't know, dude. This is it's weed smoking music. It's club. It's like sitting. It's not even club music. It's what do you call it? What do you call it? It's not a club. It's not a bar. It's a lounge. Hip hop lounge music. You're sitting down with your fucking scissor, you know. You're looking across at the chick with the fucking gold tooth, you know, wondering if those tiger tattoos on her breast are real. You know, just tiger
You
paws.
talking about that tiger paws? You talking about that chick from the friggin' what's it? Swingers Palace on Impact? No,
No, I haven't watched Impact. Isn't that great? I just threw it out there, and that's a thing.
Well, speaking of Impact, this opening thing where they do the Fatal 4-Way participants, and they're doing like the Saturday Night main event promos in front of the colored background. That looks like something Impact would do. Impact like has this habit of when people are doing backstage stuff, they like color a wall pink or green or some bullshit. It just looks weird and unnatural. It looks nicer here with their like upscale production, but it still looks weird that it's just like, oh, here's a purple wall. You know, like why? We know the wall's not purple. You're just shining a light on it, but it just seems like you're trying to make the colors trick me into thinking this is exciting or interesting, you know? So
you know what?
That's kind of weird.
I'm sorry. Gam Wolfers brought up something and it kind of sparked. Yes, it sounds like, you know, when you're playing NBA 2K and you go to the create a basketball player mode, like that's the song that you would hear in the background. Or when you're doing the My Career mode or something like that, you know, you switch off. That's what you hear. You don't hear like Poppy was like, you know, she's screaming and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You fucking hyped up. It's NXT, motherfuckers. Now it's like, we're here.
NXT, y'all.
NXT, motherfucker. Motherfucker.
Yeah, we'll see some matches.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
You can't even say mother. You just motherfucker.
Motherfucker. Yeah. That's all right. So that's the very first impression because you hear that song. Then you kind of like, do we get a look at the new seating arrangement before those promos, or is that did we show those promos and then go to the ring area? Is that, I don't remember exactly what the order was, but
I don't remember either. But let's talk about the seating arrangement.
I like the new configuration. I think it looks nice. It's different. They took out those cages. That was weird. The whole chain link fence thing was weird. Everything I've been saying, like I've said this for a long time, since long before coming on this show. The NXT set was dingy, dark, looked like a basement. Just very, very. It looks like a very expensive, low budget set, and like we have money but we don't want to use it, kind of thing. And this definitely, they went way too far in the other direction where you have just random color splatters everywhere. Which like there's no real theme to it. It's just like colors for no reason.
It's like
so
clown,
they're
it's like clown bukkake.
Yes, it's exactly like that, and it's an overcorrection. You know, like when you know, it's like steering the car. You know, you don't want to overcorrect if you steer too much in the wrong way, or you start fishtailing, and they are fishtailing, and they're going to spin out, and it's going to get ugly. But other than that aspect of it, like the fact that they're trying too hard, it's still better than the old way. I'm done with the black and yellow. I'm fucking done with it. Anything's better than that. So even though it's not like perfect or even necessarily good, I'm still would rather see it the way it is like this.
I think some people agree with you here. Canada Spaceman says, seating arrangement was good. I will give it that. I hate the red background. What is this? I hate the red background and the constant circus clown rainbow puke lights. And then we have Frank's Picklebarrel ass that also says, looks way better. The old set was crap.
Yeah, no, they can still make adjustments. They don't have to leave it like this forever. They can make little tweaks to it as they go and change some things up. One thing I thought was kind of interesting about the way they have it set up is where anything that's going on in the ring, the lighting changes to reflect it. So for example, it's the standard basic setup looks pretty much like the logo you have there in the background, where it's just like a splash of colors, the clown bukkake thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But during people's entrances or whatever, the room changes. So like when Imperium comes out, it's like black and white all across the walls and everything. So like the room matches the entrance. I thought that was a nice touch, nice detailed touch and different. Never really seen anything like that before. So I'll give them props on that. So yeah, I mean, that's good. And then maybe I'll think of some other things. Did you notice that they were doing that with the entrances? And
I did.
Yeah.
I did. That was pretty cool. And now I got to answer Gan Wolfers. No, we are not going away from our black and yellow background. It just looks better. But I'll be changing my background every week. Is that okay? Does that work for you,
Best
sir?
of both worlds.
Yeah. So you get the whole clown bukkake gimmick behind me. You know, look at that. You know, look, we got Index over here. They're here. They're over here now. You know?
Yeah.
Let me change it again. I'll change it again while Vet is talking. But, dude.
So this is what I want to get into hot right off the top of the show, where they already pissed me off. And I said this earlier.
Uh-oh.
So we're doing the main event style promos, and they get to LA Knight's portion. And then this kid walks in, and they say that his name is Braun Breaker. Now, I was kind of getting ready for work at this time, so I wasn't really watching the screen exactly. Like, I was kind of just looking up and down and everything like that. But without even seeing the kid, as soon as I heard him talk, I was like, oh, that must be Rick Steiner's kid, because he sounds exactly the fuck like him.
A lot like him.
And we're calling him Braun Breaker, which is the fakest name that anyone has ever had in the history of professional wrestling, and that covers quite a lot of ground. So we're already not going to acknowledge the fact that this is Rick Steiner's kid. Like, you don't want to do anything with that. And it looks like we're going to acknowledge the fact that I have lost Big Ray. Okay,
I'm
Big
back.
Ray
I'm
is
back.
back.
Sorry about that.
He's back. Okay. Yeah. When are they gonna get over this bullshit about, if you've got somebody that people know, or at least is related to somebody that people know, can we just profit off of that?
Bro.
Can we just like this? You're not even going to acknowledge the son of somebody that people know. Like, isn't the whole point you were trying to get people to watch this shit?
The nephew of Scott Steiner, the son
Yes.
of. Can I just say something that just drove me crazy last night?
Please,
really quickly,
please say a lot of things,
bro. During this fucking match, right? So first and foremost, I got to say this: I love the kid already. I really do. I don't know if you like him or not.
Well, let's not get past this moment where they chose to name him Braun Breaker. Let's stay in the moment with this first.
So let's stay with that. Now Elizabeth he did wear the ring gear that looks like his dad's, you know, back in the day. Actually, him and the uncle, they wore that back in the day, you know, when they were in the WWF and also in the NWA, so on and so forth. But, you know, the play-by-play guy, who I can never remember his name. It's not important to me. Wade Barrett and fucking Edge's wife, I know them. But this guy says during the match, he's going crazy like a dog-faced gremlin. Number one, who the fuck says that? Nobody uses the term dog-faced gremlin, except when talking about the dog-faced gremlin, Rick Steiner. So call him fucking Rick Steiner. Call him Brock Steiner. It drove me fucking insane. I'm like, this is fucking, he looks like Rick Steiner. He's doing this. He threw Steiner lines during the fucking match. And he didn't even fucking acknowledge it. What a stiff clothesline. What do you mean a stiff clothesline? It's a fucking Steiner line. Steiner line is different than a clothesline. You're hitting the guy with the fucking shoulder and the arm. It's different. It's a fucking Steiner line, dude. There's a fucking song. There's a fucking song. Yo, Rick Steiner.
Steinerized?
Dude, they have a fucking song. Steiner line. If I can find it, I'll fucking play it. We're not going to get struck for that. Somebody knows that song. It's just incredible.
It's Steinerized, Ray, not Steinerline.
Steiner
but I
line.
get your point.
Just fucking pissed me off.
Are you okay now, though? Do you want a sip of coffee?
Just fucking go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm just as mad as you, but I got over it quicker. because I'm kind of broken inside and I don't have time to care about these things. But I just wish that here's where, when people say, these guys are old and out of touch and they don't, that's just a generalization that they want to say to make it seem like they know what they're talking about. But here's exactly why they're old and out of touch. Because back when they were doing this and they actually had passion for it, you could take a guy that could be related to somebody and you could give him a fake stupid name and no one would be able to disprove that that was his real name back in the 80s or whatever. What were you going to do? Look up an encyclopedia? Like, how the hell were you going to find out who this person was? But now everybody can instantly find out who these people are. As a matter of fact, when you Google somebody and their Wikipedia page comes up, so like if you're watching this and you're saying like, oh, Braun Breaker, let me Google that. Well, Braun Breaker is the first Google result is gonna be the Wikipedia page, and it's gonna say his shoot name on there.
Right.
So like this is something that people like Vince McMahon don't understand, because he wouldn't know how to use Google if it could add another 50 years to his life. He wouldn't know how to do it. So he doesn't understand that everybody can instantly expose the fact that you're just making shit up and making them sound stupid. If there's anybody of any sort of significance in the real world that comes from somewhere else, you have got to maximize that for a return on investment. Let as many people know, hey, I got, what's the kid's name? Gable Steveson or whatever that kid, Gabe Steveson. Yeah. Like they're going to change his name to like Steve Gabeson or something like that.
Gable
just
Stevenson. Yeah.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, that's a person that people can know and look up. So you want to capitalize on that name. They didn't give Kurt Angle a stupid name. Your favorite wrestler of all time, right?
All right.
As usual.
So this dude's name is Bronson Recksteiner.
Okay.
Bronson Recksteiner.
Yeah.
Spell it with a
That's
W.
their actual last names, the Steiner brothers.
But I'm just saying, like, Bronson. What a fucking... I mean, Braun, okay, Braun works, but you had a Braun. Hello?
Well, this was different. That was spelled with an A-U. This is spelled with an O.
Is it? Remember the song? Hold on, here it goes. See, Steiner line.
Yeah, Media M5 says, sure, just cut off the vet in mid-sentence. But that happens all the time, Media. I'm used to it by now.
All right. You know what?
No, it's okay.
No.
Let's find another song. Go get The Man Called Sting.
You know what?
I'm sure it's on the same album.
How about I just mute my mic and you talk?
Okay. So the whole point of what I'm saying is, if you're going to bring in somebody with some sort of recognition outside of professional wrestling, just let them be who they are. You can have all the rights to their name while they're under your company. While you sign them to a contract, you can get your percentage of everything that they're ever going to make, and then you can let them go on their merry way. And some of them they even do. Like some of them even use the guy's real like indie names that they came up with. Like Samoa Joe is Samoa Joe. He got to be Samoa Joe somehow. I mean, they didn't name him Joey Samoa, although they could have. But then so it depends. Like, I guess the guys are willing to fight hard enough or push back hard enough in order to, to stick with their name. But I'm just saying, like, right off at the top of the show, you've introduced this kid. You made him like a big part of the show, and then you've instantly made him just sound like an idiot. So no matter what he does from this point on with a name like that, I'm sorry. I just really feel like that's going to hurt, but it definitely takes away from the credibility, especially if we're trying to, like, in the spirit of doing like a rebranding, like, oh, we're going to do things different here. So yeah, that's basically what I have to say about that, just to start with. And Ray's over there doing a Stevie Richards Fitness right now. And the funny thing about this is, like, Ray is over there pouting, even though he's the one that did something to me And then he gets hurt. He gets butthurt about it.
You didn't let me
when
apologize.
I call him out of it. Yeah. I don't need your apologies, Ray.
So why even bring it up?
I just because I just need you to not do it. The apology means nothing if you keep doing it.
Well,
anyway,
maybe I have ADD. Do you know that?
This is a long-term thing.
It is. I have ADD. I can't fucking stay. I can't stay in one place.
Yes.
Well,
it's just good to know that my insights are appreciated. But that's okay.
Your fucking insights are appreciated because I didn't want to do the show with anyone else but you. Like
that was a short set of curls. Are you sure that you got both arms? Like you wouldn't want one to be bigger than the other, especially after what we were talking about earlier about being going blind.
Am I allowed to speak?
Oh, please.
Oh. I don't have anything to say.
Liked it so much they went back and did it again. They'll take on all colors, no matter what size. There won't be any questions when you get tired. Start to rise. Start to rise.
What are you laughing at?
I'm reading the chat.
All right, what are they saying?
I don't know, a few things. So, anyways, what else do we got?
So Rick Steiner's son. What did you think of him in the match? He fucking so Eli Drake. If you guys didn't listen to the top of the show, I played the segment where the show starts off. Everybody's cutting their fucking Saturday night main event promo, which now I guess that's the thing now, right? Everybody cuts the whole Saturday night's main event promo with the Saturday night's main event music playing in the background.
Yeah, we saw that on Raw and we saw it on this.
I'm not gonna find American Male's theme song. It's not a fucking jukebox. Jesus Christ. Anyway, what did you think? So Rick Steiner's kid. Fuck it, I'm gonna call him Rick Steiner. Rick Steiner Jr.
Let's just call him Rick Steiner's kid.
Yeah.
And never acknowledge that, like what we've already called him that name, and we'll never call him that again.
No,
he is Rick Steiner's kid. Mm-hmm.
He gets on and he just fucking calls out. He's excited to be there. He interrupts Eli Drake's fucking promo. And Eli Drake's like, "Oh, I'll take you out there and I'll beat the shit out of you." So even though I have a world title match, right? So let's use a little logic here, Vet, okay? You're in the backstage. Let's say this wrestling world is real. And you're going to have possibly the biggest match of your wrestling career, which, let's be real, Eli Drake could be 10-time TNA champion, but the NXT title would hold legit weight. Let's be real, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You get ready for that, and this kid comes in he's there for a reason, number one. Let's use logic. He's there for a reason. So he's not just a fucking reporter. He's dressed in wrestling gear. He's jacked out the fucking gills. He has one eye looking one way and the other eye looking right through you. Would you take that chance and say, yeah, I'm going to beat you up? Please.
Especially as a heel, right?
Mm.
Yeah. No, I would not.
Is it?
That's pretty simple. I mean, no. Like, why would you? Why would you risk it?
So stupid. It's really dumb, Vet. It's dumb, but the kid goes out there and looks like a fucking champ. Now let's look past this. Okay, let's look past this whole what is that? Is that you? That's not you? Where's that coming from?
I'm kind of starting to want to do this.
What is this? I can't stop. The fuck?
Once it gets going, man.
What?
Oof.
Oh, anyway. All right, I'm gonna have to talk over this.
American males, American males, American males, American males, American males.
Yes, Atlanta. Yes, Pat. The Atlanta Thrasher. You knew it. You knew it was gonna come.
Does Buff Bagwell have a son? We can get a new American Males 2.0.
He's like not so Buff Bagwell. This is, dude. This is some shit you drive a fucking pickup truck to. You fucking have a chick with one loose tooth in her face. Some saggy gimmicks, tattoos on the fucking leg. and a fucking 6-pack.
Oh man, but not on the stomach.
A blue ribbon.
Yeah.
Blue ribbon beer. So what did you think of this guy? What did you think of Rick Steiner Jr. in the match? As he goes over, he wins. And he wins big.
He just straight up smashes Eli Drake. I don't know if Eli Drake's won any matches other than that one I said he won. But
seriously, what did you think of this kid?
Yeah, he seems to have good instincts on timing. As far as that, but that makes sense, right? He should. So, the match wasn't terribly long, so it's a small sample size, but I think he's gonna be just fine, other than the fucking name.
Well, the kid looks, I think, fantastic. Remember I told you last week or in the week before that my favorite wrestler of all time is, Kurt Angle. I love the Olympic wrestling. I did some in high school. My dad wrestled in high school. I love wrestling, and this kid looks like he will beat your ass. Those Steiner lines look great. He was just picking Eli Drake and throwing him all over the ring. So this is now the 4th wrestling gimmick. So you got Gable Stevenson signed with the WWE. You got the tag team that we're going to talk about later doing the amateur wrestling gimmick. And now you have this kid, the son of Rick Steiner Jr. So what's going on here? Do you see a pattern or maybe it's just me over analyzing?
Well, it's not. There's no analyzing about it. They're just there. But it could just be a coincidence that they all kind of came around at the same time, or came available. I don't know if it was planned that way. I don't know if somebody said, and again, because we kind of touch on this before, like wrestling seems to be a dirty word for some people. So I can't imagine that would be the push. Like, what's better than one Kurt Angle? 5 Kurt Angles. Like, I don't know. I don't know if that's really the thought process or if they just coincidentally signed a bunch of people here at the same time. And also remember, some of these people were signed a while ago, before Vince decided to get any hands on at all. So that would mean Triple H already seen these guys and was interested in bringing them in. So this could be a Triple H thing.
Frank's Pickleblower ass says, and I quote, he has the it. Vet, a lot of people use that terminology. What does it really mean to have it in wrestling?
That's just it. It's different for different people. You don't really know it until you see it. If there was a formula, everybody could just like apply to, be a super over wrestler, right?
Right.
Like a job application. But that's the thing. It can be different things. It's literally intangible. You just kind of know it when you see it. So I can't really answer the question any more definitively than that. But it's kind of a feeling you get.
Does Rick Steiner Jr. have it?
I think it's difficult to really say that because we already know who he is.
No, we don't. Like, we never heard of Braun Breaker before. He's
would
brand
we
new.
think who would we think? Would we think of? If we just saw this guy, would we think, hey, this kid's got potential, or would we say this kid has it? I don't know if we just instantly jump to saying that he has it if we didn't already knew who he was. So sometimes, like, having that sort of advanced knowledge colors your perception a little bit.
Okay.
Do you think he does?
The way
Not sure?
the way I define it, it's I can't take my eyes off of whatever it is. And that kid, when he spoke, when he moved in the ring, the way he looks, his size and everything, his speed, for me, I saw an it in him. So for me, he had the it factor because I want to see that kid next week. And we'll talk about that because we're going to be seeing him appears a whole bunch really quickly as and this is an ongoing theme on this show. And I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but that's fine. I noticed that we saw a lot of new talent getting big breaks during this, and we'll talk about that moving forward. I think in the main event, we'll save that conversation for then. But let's talk about Brooks Jensen, Josh Briggs, versus
isn't it just funny just saying that? Brooks Jensen. Oh, I'm sure if I Google, let's see what comes up when I Google Brooks Jensen, but continue.
Right, so no, it's fine. So you got the vet here. He's down on his Android phone. He's heading over to the Google machine, typing in Brooks Jensen. But they face Imperium, and in a competitive match, Josh Briggs, who again looked a little, looks a little soft from his days in the Indies, but he apparently has been signed to a contract. What's up, buddy? What do you got there? Scotty Briggs. Is it Scotty Briggs? Brooks Jensen? Brooks Jensen?
Some other guy comes up when I look for him.
Really?
This guy don't have no Wikipedia page.
So we can't find out who the fuck this kid is.
Not right away, no.
Let me give the
They only seem to know him from this match right here.
Type in his name, Brooks Jensen, and then also add NXT on it. It'll probably pop up.
Wait, Ben Buchanan?
That's Bull's son?
Is it?
I think it is because I know he had a son
Was
that was
that guy's shoot name Buchanan? I don't even know if that was his real name.
it was his shoot name.
Okay.
His first name wasn't Bull though.
Probably not. No.
Like Bob. But Imperium go over by pinfall. They hit a big superplex off the top. And yeah. Shit, man. So Bull Buchanan's kid. We'll call him Bull Jr.
Bull Jr.
So we got Bull Jr., we got Rick Steiner Jr. All right, so we got two juniors here.
Two juniors. So here's something I noticed. This kind of goes back to the new NXT and the production values thereof. Now, as you'll notice, they didn't seem to have like what we would traditionally call the hard cam. It was a soft hard cam because it was like on a wire, right? Like one of those like the XFL invented where they put the camera on the wire and it goes across the field, right?
I thought it was, what do you call those the flying gimmicks that kids use
like a crane, a drone?
Not a crane, the drone. I thought it was like a drone.
Yeah. Well, in any case, it's not stationary. It kind of like moves slightly from above, so it kind of shoots at a little bit of an angle. And due to this and a lot of the match being shot like this, I've never seen what they claim to be 6'8" and 6'4". I've never seen 6'8" and 6'4" look so short because this camera made them look small.
Yeah. True.
Did you notice that as well?
Well, I don't know, man. It's again, we're going back to the lighting in the arena. We're going back to the angles. We're going back to the production. It's different. It was really different. And I got to tell you, Vet, when I'm watching this, I was thrown off by how different it was, because it's weird because it felt like something different and new, but at the same time there was an NWA studio wrestling feel to it at the same time. Like if you were watching remember the old WCW when they started doing the shit in Disney, Universal Studios with the rotating ring and shit, the ring that's
Center Stage, I think it was called, right?
Something like that, man. And it was just weird, man. It's gonna take some time to get used to.
So you think it kind of feels like an evolution of the old studio wrestling. Like this is what it would be if you continued to tweak it up until the current modern day. But again, specifically to my point here, I felt like it made these guys look smaller than they were because a lot of times, especially in the WWE, they take their opportunity for big guys to look even bigger by shooting them at ground level, and shooting up like from below.
Right.
So it makes everybody seem like way bigger. And this, it kind of, I think, made them look small, not only because the camera angle, but plus Imperium was kind of just tossing them around like they weren't 6'8" and 6'4". So yeah, I don't know. It was an interesting debut where they took most of the match and then lost.
Right.
Which I kind of like, especially for heels. Like Imperium. And I already talked about how like the entrants reflect the individuals coming out. So each ring entrance has its own certain atmosphere that changes, mood lighting, if you will. But yeah, it was all right.
I was going to ask you, is Imperium getting over?
I think they're somewhat kind of been over. I don't think they're getting any more over. I think they're kind of established.
They seem to.
It was weird because
pops. It was weird.
Yeah, I mean, the fans know those guys. They never, they may have seen Josh Briggs a time or two, but they never seen this other kid. So what investment can they possibly have? And a lot of these fans are, they've already been conditioned as smart fans. Like they kind of know who some of these people are, and they're like homers, like we seen Imperium. We're going to root for Imperium, even though we're not supposed to, especially if they do cool shit.
I'm sorry. I'm reading because usually when I'm about to move on to another segment, I let you say your piece, and I'm kind of reading ahead real quick to see, what we're going to talk about moving forward, or to answer what you're saying. So I'm doing two things at once, along with checking out the chat. And I'm reading this now. I get my notes off of Cage Side Seats. And this says Imperium wins by pinfall with a butterfly suplex from Fabian Eichner onto Brooks Jensen, right? And then the very next line,
superplex.
That's what it was, superplex, butterfly superplex. Now go to Cage Side Seats, type in live NXT blog, BLOG. This is where you get the notes. The very next sentence is cut to hit row, cutting a promo in the gay lights.
Is that?
Oh, I mean, it's.
Why are you gay?
Who
says I'm gay?
You are gay.
I thought you were going to talk about how Canada Spaceman said, I already got plenty of AEW, NWA, Impact, and WWE to watch, so NXT turning gay is no big loss.
Really? I didn't see that. I put it up now. Wait,
but it ties in.
Wow, that's incredible, dude. Can they say that?
No, they cannot.
Should I take a screenshot and just blow them up on Twitter? No, you can't use the shit we say here.
We can't do it. not as much as you use this stuff. But
I love
if you were more woke, then maybe you could.
I am not woke.
But yeah, they did a segment in the whatever lights you want to call them.
Sure.
Putting over who we now know is Beauty Fab.
Yes.
We finally found out what the B stood for.
See, I thought B-Fab meant to be fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
They just cut the E off, but no.
But no, you were wrong.
You were
wrong. Foolish to think so.
Dumb.
It was, in fact, Beauty Fab.
That's dumb.
Yeah. And in which after that we go into her debut match against one of the Villanos, I think it was.
The Villanos?
Wasn't it?
This is the daughter. Do you remember that WWE enhancement talent? This is the granddaughter of, who Jose Luis Rivera was?
Yes.
She's not related to him. I just threw that name out.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. But, all right, but all jokes aside.
She's not a Villano, and she's not Alexandria Katarina Cortez.
No, not at all.
She didn't go to the Met gala.
But she's not Mexican. Do you know?
No.
I'm sure you know the name Pedro Morales.
Who?
Pedro Morales.
I know who Pedro Morales is.
She's not related to him either. I have no idea who this girl is.
Dang. I thought. Well, she might just be a Villano. Let's just go with Villano 8.
How about Villano C for C cups?
Yeah.
We're like kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of kids, after this very short match,
she said boobs.
after this very short match, Carmen Sandiego shows up for a geography lesson.
Whoa.
With her henchman.
I gotta ask you, Vet, being a veteran of the ring, a Rip Rogers guy, what did you think of B-Fab's in-ring performance, if that's what you want to call it?
I don't know, man. It wasn't very long. It was just a couple of moves, and you don't seem to be a fan.
Shit, bro. They put her over like she was trained by all these fucking great wrestlers. She's amateur wrestling background apparently or something. I don't know. She's a fucking 5-time judo champion. I don't know, maybe making that up. She was the shits, dude. Her kicks, those stupid kicks where she reels back. Was she like The Rock? Is she trying to do like The Rock, but she's over exaggerating it? Like she's kicking the leg. Oh,
no, she's trying to invent something new. No one's ever done that before. Never seen that in my life.
There's a reason.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Let's just, just let her do what she wants.
Can I tell you?
She's beauty fab.
This show was very developmentalist, developmental-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could tell, like I don't know, like it was like watching a developmental, which it is. It's what it is. It's OV Dub. It's Florida Championship Wrestling. It's NXT.
Well, what's interesting about that idea is that there's still a hierarchy within where there are people who are ready to be on TV and people who are not. You don't normally showcase the people that aren't,
Right. Well,
and that's clearly what they did here. But I don't know, man. I'd have to see more. Maybe this was just nerves. Maybe this was this Cortez person's, this Viano. Maybe she did not hold up her end of the bargain too well, because it's not like she's some kind of a 12-year veteran. If she is, why she is in NXT as well. So I don't know, man, but there's definitely room for improvement. Let's say that. But again, for probably the third time now, it was short.
you did say somebody was coming to the ring to cut a promo, right?
Well, she sneaks around the world from Vienna to Carolina.
Or just stand there menacingly.
Yeah, tell us about it.
I don't think she really. What I remember was they kind of came out and stared at each other a lot. Was there any actual action or violence here?
Fucking no. Carmen Sandiego comes out. By the way, did you go back? Did I put deodorant on? I think so. Anyway, did she have ADD? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Luckily, they can't smell you through the screen.
Holy shit. I took a shower last night. Don't know if I put deodorant on last night. Anyway, did you go back into her Instagram and really take a look through her pictures?
Yes.
Do we have you know what?
Well, I did it live on the show actually last week.
You didn't go back again? Because I can't get over the fact that you don't think that ass is a 10.
You can be fooled by it. It's a 8 tops, but that's pretty good. 8 is good. But yeah, but like scrolling through those hundreds of pictures, it's like there was very few butt pics, and I'm like, am I even on Instagram? Like, what are you doing not pointing your butt at the screen? Do you know what platform you're using? But so but yeah, a little bit. It's the kind that can look really good in certain pants and shoes.
Okay. So what'd you think of Elektra Lopez? She did cut a promo stating that next time she faces up with B-Fab, she's not gonna need a pipe, giggity, to take care of business. Basically, did you like the way she spoke on the microphone?
I didn't really.
Okay.
It's the basic minimum level we can expect.
Okay, I respect that. We move on. We have Cameron Grimes, Odyssey Jones. They're backstage with Johnny Gargano, chatting when they hear a knock on the door. Who was that, Vet?
Well, that was Austin Theory.
What?
After all this time.
He's back?
He's back, and he didn't come alone.
No. Well, who did he bring?
He brought a priest with him.
Oh, fuck. Obviously, it's a wedding.
That's right. And,
Incredible.
Of course, it was Damian Priest.
He can't perform marriage ceremonies, can he?
No, but he can. He did want to know that there was an open bar, and that's all he needs.
Good for him.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, if I was on Raw, I'd need an open bar too, and I'm sober, so yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's the groomsmen. They're all getting ready for the wedding here. So Odyssey Jones, Cameron Grimes, and Johnny are all groomsmen, and they're all dressed in that Dexter Loomis long sleeve thermal with the glove on, and yeah, nice touch.
It was good. I liked it. All right, here we go, bro.
Yeah, talk about It's your favorite.
He went down a couple of notches this
Oh
week.
shit! Oh shit!
So Carmelo Hayes comes to the ring to get interviewed, and he brings along Andre 3000 with him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all right.
Much more conservatively dressed than Andre 3000 would have been, but
much more. But this dude gets on the ring. His name is Trick Williams. I'm going to tell you right now, Trick. He comes off, he's cutting a promo, and the whole thing, he sounds like this.
Go, you know the thing.
He was all over the place. He was, I'm a master of the mic, or whatever the fuck he says. He had to think about his lines a couple of times. I saw this. I bet you saw it.
I saw it.
This kid is the shit.
Oh man.
And boy, those two things that are called legs, those little twigs. Oof. Please.
Yeah, I had my notes say Carmelo Hayes with Trick Williams and 3 question marks. And then I said interview by Samantha Irvin and in parentheses 3 question marks.
Ooh.
Yeah. This whole thing was filled with awkward pauses. Mm-hmm. It's almost as though if I were going to give them credit, I would say that it's like they were pausing because they expected the crowd to react to the things that they were saying. But I really think they were just pausing because it's awkward and that's the best they could do. That's my guess. Could be wrong. That's my guess. And it seems like the verbiage was there and they kind of fumbled the ball, right? Like if with a certain delivery, the stuff they said would have sounded cooler, I think. Like they could have said the exact same thing, but like in the hands of a more experienced microphonist, it could have came off much better. But these guys, not so much. And then Duke Hudson walks out and gets jumped.
Yep. So is this a heel turn?
Were they ever faces to begin with? I mean, we've never seen one of these guys before.
Apparently, Carmelo Hayes has this secret thug life style that nobody knows about.
A dark past, if you will.
So is he that dude? Oh shit! We got the former WWE champion. Well, it's not really the champion. It's his brother. It's Jinder, not Jinder. Jinder Mahal. He's in the house here, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like.
Oh yeah, that's another thing I wanted to say right off the bat. Like, Trick, there's a certain meaning that Trick has in the urban vernacular.
That it does,
and it's nothing I would want to name myself if I had a choice.
No.
It's kind of also like even though it's a little different. I think I said this about when Ruby Riott made her debut on AEW, and I'm like, I wouldn't put Ho anywhere near my name. I don't care if it's a city or not. So,
also,
Hoes and tricks all over professional wrestling.
If you go to the Urban Dictionary, I've put this up a couple of times. You know dewdrop? Do you know what a dewdrop is?
I've heard.
It is clear male secretion left on the tip of the pee hole after aggressive hugging or making out. It's pre-cum.
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't that what we called it? I didn't think we gave it another name.
Dewdrop. That's Ruby Soho. You got that, Ken? Hey, big shout out to the professor, the glorious, magnanimous, and scholarly Professor Chabela de la Cruz. He's in the house. So these guys, they jump Wade Barrett 2.0.
Wade Barrett didn't like it. Wade Barrett 1.0 didn't. He wasn't a fan.
Why not?
Duke Hudson's his best friend. He taught him everything he knows. How to walk. That's it.
Wade Barrett was this close for saying the N-word, I felt.
Oh, shit. Really?
He was like, those two. They cut off his mic. He was like, those two.
Man.
So what happened here? Anyway.
I don't know, man.
Duke Hudson.
Duke Hudson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Big old stiff.
Yeah, this was the whole thing was stiff and awkward, and
that was bad.
Yes,
but go ahead.
I mean, again, they didn't spend too much time on it, which is kind of a thing here. What's important, I feel, I'll say it now. I was thinking about saying it, more towards the end when we're wrapping up with final thoughts, but it's worth saying now that, like, if me at this point in my life, if I'm watching a wrestling show, it's not important if there are necessarily good matches. It's not important if there's good vignettes and promos. The most important thing for me is if you get the shit moving. Just don't spend too much time on any one thing. That way, if it's good, it leaves you wanting more. And if it's bad, you didn't even have time to realize it was bad before they moved on. It's just move it, move it, move it. And I think that when NXT was at its best in its prime, around, I don't know, 7-8 years ago or whatever it was, I think that's when their show was the best wrestling show, serialized wrestling show available, was NXT, because they just kept it moving. And they had good stuff on there, but they kept it moving. And I think we got a little bit more keep it moving on this show. They accomplished a lot in the time that they had. They didn't have like these fucking 3-segment tag team matches or shit like that, which we've been subjected to over the past weeks. So I will give them that. They didn't linger too much on any one thing, except maybe the finale, but that would make sense. But we'll get to that.
I think Cujo retorts with Trick Daddy. Maybe because I'm a thug. Remember that song? Maybe because I'm a thug.
I feel like that's different somehow. Can't tell you why. I'm not sure. I just feel like it is. I feel like the name Trick Daddy implies something.
You can't tell us then.
Then you shouldn't have said it.
Like perhaps that he's a pimp of some sort.
You know what?
Not that he's a trick.
Right. He's a trick daddy. He's the daddy of the trickers.
Right. Right?
Yeah.
Am I right? Guys, am I right?
I think he's right.
Yeah.
I think
he's
right.
You don't know Nan. Yeah.
Well, let's go to
Wait, before we move on, and while we're talking about Trick Daddy,
sure.
One of the greatest sports films ever made, Any Given Sunday.
Ever made.
Right? Yes.
Right. Never
There
seen
is a fantastic and underrated scene in which Al Pacino's coach character is trying to bond with Willie Beeman, and he sits down next to him on the plane, and he's like, "What are you listening to?" And he's like, Willie's like, "Oh, you wouldn't know, man." He's like, "Try me." And he goes, "Trick Daddy," and Al Pacino's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "You know Trick Daddy." Yeah. All right. That's it. That's my reenactment of the Trick Daddy scene from Any Given Sunday from Oliver Stone.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
You've never seen it?
Nope.
You son of a bitch.
I'll watch it today.
You're just sitting here on this show with me not having seen Any Given Sunday?
Yep.
Chat, roast this man.
No. Hey, big shout out to Jimmy T. I got some news breaking with Jimmy T that's coming at the end of the show. I'll let you know where you're going to hear he and I coming soon. Yeah, never seen the movie. Everybody tells me I should, and I will.
They have told you, or if they tell you.
Willie Beeman dog. Anyway.
My name is Willie.
So we got what do we got here? We got JC Jane, Gigi, and Gigi Dolan.
That's J sounds?
J sounds. They're in the warehouse talking to Mandy Rose, who's off camera. She's wearing a hood.
This is the real Mandy.
The real Mandy. The real one. You got the K sounds and K. What is it? K. Whoa, the J sounds and the K sounds. How have I never correlated those two? Yes.
Well, I don't think we really realized how J those names sounded until you put it all together like that.
JC, Jane, JC, and Gigi. Casey and Caden. Wow.
JC,
Anyway.
Jane, and Gigi. Yeah. The Dolan ruins it, but if you just leave it out.
Sure. You don't need it.
But I had already named them the Rose Cutters. So is this, which one, do we need a new name? It is a new NXT. Should we change the Rose Cutters to J Sounds?
Rose Cutters 2.0.
Even though Mandy Rose has no J's.
Oh, shit. Did you read this from Sonic the Hedge Rat? I got a pass.
It's not about a black card Sonic. It's a universal appreciation.
Okay.
It's not a race thing.
So we get the J sounds versus the K sounds, and the K sounds go over via disqualification because Mandy Rose, she interrupts the match. Now before this, I thought this was a solid match between the two girls. It was good. It was good to watch. It was fun. Quick paced, a lot of good moves. Girls did well, but Mandy Rose takes off her hood and reveals that she has gone brunette. And I know. Hold on. And also, check this out, bro. She has discovered the ability to self-heal. Yep, dude, her face was perfect. No gimmick on her face, nothing.
You're right. I didn't even think she was Sheamus this time. Especially since she also has the tan consistency of a hot dog at 7-Eleven.
She still looked fucking fine as hell.
Mm-hmm.
She did.
Yeah.
So what did you think of this big reveal, brother?
Man, I was beside myself. It almost made me forget that in the picture-in-picture they had O'Reilly get beat up by Pete and Ridge.
Oh, yes, I wanted to talk to you about that, but maybe I'm being nitpicky here, but what are the chances that within that 10-second picture-in-picture that you kind of just, hey, let's just randomly go back there where we see, Gimmick Jones over here working out. Oh shit, he's getting beat up. That.
Why would you choose this time? People get attacked on NXT multiple times every week. I don't think I've ever seen anybody interrupt a match to show it before.
What they could have done was, and this is a very simple tweak, say, I know we have a match going on, but we're just going to take you to this. Now, we're going to take you to this video that was recorded on the overhead camera. Now, here's the deal. I did notice this, and I like this. So they didn't have just the camera set up in the room. Like he's working out. It looked like a CCTV camera. Like they have all over arenas, and your job probably is watching you when you just take your mask off and you cough on somebody. And I like that. So it was looking down from the top, but they could have just easily said, listen, man, this just happened. Let's just play it real quick while this match is going on, because this may have some serious implications for the main event. Am I off?
I mean, yeah, I never have been a fan of the kind of like do stuff in somebody else's match type thing. This is not a real situation. So you can obviously set up your show however you want.
GTE TV 2.0, Pavette.
2.0. When you're the person in there having a match and you find out that they've done that, it does kind of feel like a slap in the face a little bit. I've been on the receiving end of that before. Dude, I was in a match on TV once and they fucking missed the finish because they wanted to send some motherfucker out to the desk to cut a promo at the announcer's table, and they were on him, missed the finish of the match. I'm like, okay, guys, that's how you want to do it. Fine.
Do you have any videos of any singles matches you had?
I think I have some somewhere on it.
Because you tweeted out a tag team match, and I couldn't tell. Don't get on me for this. I didn't know who you were in the match. Did you look different?
I feel like you should have known, but
it was
I feel like everybody else who watched the match knew.
Maybe I'm just fucking retarded. Can I say that? I'm
No.
saying I'm retarded myself.
No, you're gonna have to go back and edit this now. We were gonna do it in one take, but
it's fucking hot in here. God damn it.
Yeah. But yeah, so but yeah, after this, you know, Saray ran in and she's still a brunette. So that was, you know, that was nice. And it turned into a 6-person.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mandy Rose wins with the knee to Caden's face.
That's about it, right?
That's all that happened. It didn't
Did you
take too long either.
Did you like so did you like how Mandy Rose looked? I mean, you say she looked like a hot dog.
She always has. So nothing new there. But yes, I am fine with Mandy Rose's hair color. I was fine with it before. I'm fine with it now. She could turn it purple. She could turn it the color of the NXT logo. I don't care.
It's fine.
She can do what she wants.
She can.
She's Mandy Rose.
You know who can do what he wants? Did you just
What
was that?
What was what?
I thought I heard her name.
That wasn't. I don't know.
Right.
I feel like I've heard that somewhere. Anyway,
it's not racist. Frank's pickle ass. You know who can do whatever he wants because he carries a little stick with him? Rich Holland.
the hat's not enough. The coat's not enough. But the stick, the truncheon, as it's known, that, yeah.
Poor Drake Maverick. He got the shit beat out of him. But, you know, during this match, I'm just sitting here, right? And I'm watching the match, and I'm like, boy, Drake Maverick is so fucking excellent at what he does. That kid looked like he was getting killed for real. He probably was. But, man, he really, I mean, he got finished off with the Northern Grit, as they call it.
As opposed to the Southern Grits.
Yes. Ooh. You like grits?
Yes.
How do you like them? Are you salt and pepper or sugar guy?
Little butter, little salt. I'm not a huge grits like eater. I'm from California, for Christ's sake. But
so
I have had them. And let's talk about this for a second.
What, Mandy?
Vacation Friends. This movie that you liked.
Fantastic.
Okay. Dude, I don't know who the hell Waffle House thinks they are. They have never had a restaurant that clean in the United States. I went into a Waffle House one time where the bathroom was a janitor's closet with a sink and a toilet in it.
That's amazing.
They made that shit look like it was some sort of like a prime, expensive 5-star restaurant in that.
It was more of a diner.
With like clean windows. Get out of here.
Yeah, that was
not so unrealistic.
It was. They should have just called it a diner because that's what it was.
Yeah,
I love diners. I'm just saying. Anyway.
So we did go over, like we skipped over the part where O'Reilly gets replaced by the Cranial Ridge.
Yes,
the Cranial Ridge himself.
Whoa, the Geico caveman.
Yeah, yeah, shaved and tan, but definitely him. Yeah. So this whole time, like, I was thinking at this point, have they even mentioned Samoa Joe yet? And, you know, the former NXT champion, Joey Samoa. I thought for sure, like, there would have been a very good spot on the show to put like the same video he tweeted on social media or whatever the case may be to sort of like explain this. But did they really think so little of Samoa Joe and being the champion and all this other stuff that not only are they going to, you know, strip him of the belt after like a couple of weeks, but they're barely going to mention him on this show and not even show him at all?
Cujo, thank you. Samoan Joseph. I know who it is now.
Yeah, him too. But you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. I agree with you, but again, back to the Frankie Monet thing.
Yeah.
Didn't really make mention of it.
Do people? Okay, so what we're saying is people with floppy stomachs don't get TV time. Is that what you're saying?
That's what it is. I think that's really. I have a couple of injuries. No, you have a couple of pounds that you need to lose before you get on TV. That's what the injuries are, Joe. Right? Let's be real. Samoa, listen, Joey, hear me out, bro. Be real with
Joseph.
us. Be real with us, bro. Hey, you, Taya Valkyrie. Come on. Don't blame fucking what's his name? Fucking Easy E. What do they call him in the Indies? her manager, the manager guy.
Robbie
E. Don't blame him. It's just your fault. You're the one who ate that whole fucking pizza. It's not his fault. Just saying. What happens next here?
Mackenzie's there with Ciampa. After the Ridge Holland beating. And then Mackenzie's with Ciampa, and I didn't pay attention to a word he said because it's Ciampa.
Sure.
But let's get to something we want to talk about. The Diamond Mine and the Creed brothers are back.
Ooh. Those guys.
Yeah. What'd you think of this, Ray?
Well, we have to give credit to Dan Jarman and Trevor Skelly. Those guys were in the match. First, I got to say, I don't know who's who, but the kid that took the finish of this match, you fucked up. He did not want to take that flat bump. He didn't want to take the back bump. Sorry, not flat bump. He didn't want to take the back bump. He landed on his ass, which now you'll probably need some spinal surgery after that, dummy. And then he gets hit with a fucking stiff ski clothesline to finish the match. Again, bro, these guys are fucking awesome. Dangerous as fuck, but fucking so much fun to watch. I love them. I love the two guys, man. I love the Creed brothers. They are my new AWA Road Warriors. I'm not comparing them to the Road Warriors. Not the legend of the Road Warriors. The AWA Road Warriors. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to when they had their first few matches when they were green as grass, coming just straight out of the clubs where they used to bounce at. You know, Vern Gagne took a look at these guys. Hey, you guys want to wrestle? We'll make some money. Oh yeah, what a rush.
They just got him in a barn, squatting 1,000,000 times, and then running 10 miles.
Fucking picking up donkeys over their fucking shoulders.
Yeah.
And the weights. They have fucking bales of hay.
It's like, I'll teach you guys about this business. They're like, you came to us.
Yeah. Just choking chickens. What?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this was well, I didn't enjoy it as much as their first outing, but this was a little more awkward with a lot more screaming, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think the screaming made it awkward.
What do you mean?
I just don't like them screaming all the time.
Why not?
It's weird. It just looks like you don't know what else to do. It doesn't look like it's natural, like you're really screaming. I don't think people would really do that. What's your favorite, like, who's your favorite all-time, amateur wrestler screamer? Exactly.
I mean, I was with a screamer.
She an amateur wrestler? Olympian?
She did wrestle. She was no good. I don't like screamers. I told you that. I said, I'll say it before, and I said it before, and I'll say it again. Like a woman to lay under me, look up at me, and say, "How did he get here?" Every single time.
A series of wrong decisions.
Right? It's like, how did this fat fuck get on top of me?
Yeah. But, yes. But yeah, I felt it was awkward. And I don't know if the Creed brothers are as dangerous as they look, But it becomes dangerous when you got guys that don't know what they're doing also in there with them to take the bumps, like this guy clearly did, which you already pointed out. Like, let's put it this way. If I had to work the Creed brothers, I wouldn't really be that worried about it. Because I'm going to do everything myself, and they're just going to be there. You know, I'm going to throw myself. I'm going to slam myself. You know, I'm going to lay down flat for the bumps and stuff like that. They're not going to have to worry about what I'm going to do. These other guys, though, I don't know if they know that yet, which is why they probably don't have deals.
Can I ask you a question?
Get one now.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
And this is a question only somebody like you can answer, who's been in the ring. So the Creed brothers did this move where they kept pushing, like they would catch their opponent somewhere in midair, and instead of throwing, like Irish whipping them into the rope, they would literally pick them up and throw them into the ropes. So like really bad things could happen, if you know what I mean. Was that incredibly dangerous? Like, am I crazy here? Like every time they pushed I thought one of the Creed brothers, he had the kid over the top of his head. I thought he was gonna fucking powerbomb him, throw him out over the. Do you remember that spot?
Yeah, and then he just ends up throwing him to the ropes, and he bounces off.
Still dangerous.
Yeah, yes,
No?
anything with the ropes is very dangerous,
right?
Because people don't know just how much those ropes don't move.
They hurt a lot.
Yeah. And they use ropes.
They're not using the
NXT. Well, WWE and NXT, all that, they're standard 20 by 20 rings with ropes. They always have been. If you have the steel cable things, like every other, like AEW or Ring of Honor or all the other ones do, New Japan, those move even less than the ropes. It's like hitting a wall. It sucks. You have to build up a callus for it. The first day I ever hit the ropes, the entire side of like my body was black. Not dark blue, not purple. Black. Not even brown skin like Mandy Rose. Black. Like my Blue Yeti microphone. So yeah, it's very dangerous when a person doesn't let you take your own bump into the ropes. Bad things can happen. So,
what is this? Zoe Starks looks like she hits meth. I mean, she's the youngest 40-year-old around. Just saying.
I don't know, man. She's got a full set of white teeth in her mouth. So you have to come with something else besides that, buddy.
She looks more like just a straight up masculine lesbian woman. You know, like she needs to be wearing a flannel, a sleeveless flannel button down.
I guess. I don't know. Look, what she has going against her is that she has her hairline is pretty far back. But other than that, I think she's pretty.
Big jaw.
Yeah, she works out, but you know, whatever. She's a wrestler. You're allowed to look like that. Now let's get to what Lisbeth has been saying. The Diamond Mine has a girl now, and her name is Ivy Nile, which Malcolm Bivens tells us. I've seen this chick before. She's been in developmental for like a couple of years now. If Sergio's still here, he knows exactly what her name is. I'm gonna have to look it up. So Jimmy T says teeth are replaceable. Touche. Yeah. So what is her name? She has some crazy hard to pronounce name. And I'm going to look it up.
You look it up? Okay.
But yeah.
So while you're doing that, I'm going to play a 1-minute promo.
Ooh.
Because I think we missed something, and I'm looking at the notes, and it doesn't matter whether we play it now or here. But we have a new character, a new person, a new persona coming into NXT. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Tony D'Angelo.
You see, I was born and raised in the streets of Chicago, and I come from a long line of businessmen. You see, my family has interests in waste management, the fish market, the meat market, you name it. But I found success in my own way. Amateur wrestling at the University of Buffalo. And I was even named All-American for the Greco-Roman style. But my family, they smartened me up. Because let's face it, there's no real money to be made in amateur wrestling. But you know what the real money is? NXT.
What the fuck did this guy just fucking say?
I'll tell you the only thing he didn't say. Forget about it. Like,
Holy
come
shit.
on.
Big Vito must be rolling over in his fucking dress right now.
Look at Cujo's comment. Look at Cujo's.
Hold on, I'm going to read this right now. Hold on. I'm from Chicago, you see? But I'm here to talk about New York.
Oh, shit.
Forget about it. Wow.
You know the ring is a lot like a deep dish pizza. Like, what are they doing with this music too? Like, did you need that? Did you really need that music?
This guy
on top of everything else.
He mentioned 3 other occupations that will make way more money for you yearly than fucking waste management. My little bro makes over $100,000, and I'm not. That's without overtime. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, the fish market. Those guys make dough. All right, they make money, especially if you're running the joint. And what's the other fucking? And
meat market.
The meat market.
a similar market, but instead of fish, it's meat.
It's meat. It's not fish. Fish ain't meat. Well, fish is the meat of the sea, but that's nothing. Neither here nor there. Hey. So here's the deal. So what happened here is, we were making millions of dollars a year, but I said to myself, you know what? Let me fucking go wrestle in college, because I got into college because of my fucking good grades. And it had nothing to do with my Uncle Tony. By the way, my name is Tony too. So now
my whole family's name's Tony.
We're all Tonys. Tony.
My mother's Tony.
Tony Ann. That's her name. I banged a girl named Tony Ann. She had a big butt. Anyway, so the deal is this. They smartened me up and they said, hey, the real money is not the millions of dollars that we're making running New York or Chicago. It's fucking NXT in Florida, where you're going to make $60,000 a year.
Get hurt by the Creed brothers.
What the living fuck? Nunzio, Big Sal, fucking Johnny Stromboli, and Big Vito are all rolling in Vito's dress right now as we fucking speak. This was so stupid. I'm sorry. This was the shits.
I completely forgot to make a note about it. Because, again, this show is moving so fast, I couldn't keep up. And I'm so glad that you remembered. Because, dude, this is the most fun I've had. This is the most fun I've had on a podcast in a long time. Just laughing at this guy. Tony D'Angelo. Frank says, Vet, it's because the Sopranos movie is coming out. Bullshit. Nobody there knows anything about movies. All they know is wrestling. They don't know what's going on in pop culture.
You think so?
Pretty sure.
Hold on. I'm going to read Elizabeth's comment as Tony. You ready? All right. So they watched the Netflix over here. It's a documentary, It's about mobbed up dude who bought his son the hockey team and was like, hey, that's the next gimmick. Oh, how's that? What's going on over there? Are they flying over your fucking house?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. As a Sicilian Media M5, he's insulted. What does the Media M5 stand for? Mario? Oh. Oh, Carmella. What are you doing over here, Carmella?
Yeah. Yeah, so I know that there are really people like this. Trust me.
Yeah, I know them too.
Ray sees them all the time. I'm pretty sure he walked by 10 of them on that Impact Attack where he was doing the tour, but the thing is, like, even though there are people like that, still somehow this comes off as another person's idea of a stereotype. That's pretty good, Gam. Do you want to take a crack at reading that, or should I?
I'm Italiano. Bada boom, bada ba. Cannoli, Italia, Ferrari, gelato, Super Mario, pizza, and pizza. Yo, My next door neighbor, Mr. Aquaviva, that's him. That's Tony. It's the same guy. I got Dominicans over here. Well, they're going to fucking get killed soon. I'm telling you right now. These people are so fucking loud in their ghetto. They don't live in this. They shouldn't. God forget. This is not the type of neighborhood to make noise like they do.
Be careful, Ray. They can hear you.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh, okay.
No, about this one right here, out the window, she could go suck my toe.
All right. Hey, all right. Hey, forget about it, huh?
Forget about it.
Hey, yeah. Cujo says it could be The Sopranos. They just think The Sopranos is current. Yeah, someone has just got an HBO Max subscription and found out about this brand new show called The Sopranos.
Yeah, pal.
Yeah.
Wow, this was.
It's not really a question of being offensive. It's not really any of that. It's just, I don't know, Ray. It's just funny to me for some reason. I don't even know why it's that funny. It's like
you don't know why it's funny?
I mean, I do, but I don't, you know? Because like you said, and like everybody else said, these people exist. So, but there's something about the way this vignette was produced that just makes me laugh. And he's my new favorite wrestler. So.
Is he really?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Moose. Move over. I got Tony D'Angelo now. Unless if Moose can get out of his contract somehow.
Well, I went on WWE's YouTube, and apparently they have another fucking minute-long clip of this guy cutting a promo. You want to hear it?
Man, look at the time. We are already 2:10. I didn't even know we were that far into it. We're
It's
not
fine.
even done yet.
It's fine. You have time? I have time.
No, yeah, no, go ahead.
All right, here we go.
You're a pussy. Really funny. Really funny. What do you mean I'm funny? It's funny, you know. It's a good story. It's funny. You're a funny guy. What do you mean? You mean the way I talk? What? It's just, you know, you're just funny. It's, you know, the way you tell the story and everything. Funny how? I mean, what's funny about it?
Tommy, no, you got it all wrong.
Oh, Anthony. He's a big boy. He knows what he said. What'd you say?
You're right.
Funny how? What? Just, you know, you're funny. You mean, well, let me understand this, because you know, maybe it's me, I'm a little up, maybe. But I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you. I make you laugh. I'm here to fucking amuse you. What do you mean funny? Funny how? How am I funny?
Not just
NXT.
You know how you tell a story. What?
No, I don't know. You said it. How do I know? You said I'm funny. How the fuck am I funny? What the fuck is so funny about me? Tell me. Tell me what's funny.
Awkward pause.
Get the fuck out of here, Tommy.
I almost had him.
One of the. It's fantastic.
I kind of think that the WWE has gone way too far in ripping stuff off. I mean, homage is one thing, but that sounded exactly like Goodfellas.
Did it not, though?
Yeah, it sure did. For all the people in the chat saying, I'm walking here, who said that? What's the name of the movie character that said that, and what movie? I will give you a vet thumbs up in the chat if you could tell me, without Googling, who said, I'm walking here.
How many seconds did they get?
Whoever gets it first. But they're on the honor system not to Google it.
Don't Google. I know who it is.
You know who it is?
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, if you could beat him to it, go ahead.
I'll give you a hint. It's the way we get around New York City.
What?
Come on,
What
guys.
kind of a hint is that?
It's taxi driver. Right? No.
Absolutely not.
Anybody? Do we have any right? See, everybody thinks it's taxi driver. I'm walking here. No?
You would think that.
So it's not.
Lizbeth wins. Midnight Cowboy, Ratso Rizzo, Dustin Hoffman.
I thought it was taxi driver too. Is this a Mandela effect?
Maybe. But no, because the Mandela effect usually agreed upon hallucinations and not just people just thinking, I think it was in Midnight Cowboy, he might have almost got hit by a taxi, and that's who he was talking to. Maybe that's why. But I doubt anybody y'all seen Midnight Cowboy. You haven't even seen Any Given Sunday, for fuck's sake.
Sonny a Bronx Tale. For the pinky.
Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely Midnight Cowboy. Where are we at? The main event 4-way, Ciampa wins. I don't give a fuck.
We got LA Knight, Pete Dunne, Tommaso Ciampa, and Von Wagner. What'd you think?
The Ridge.
The Ridge.
The real Ridge.
The Geico Caveman. You want to save car insurance? We have a Geico Caveman wrestling for the NXT Championship. Bro. Tommaso Ciampa hits the fairy tale ending.
Cool. Cool. I'm so excited.
Not excited about Tommaso Ciampa getting Goldie back?
No.
Okay.
No, let's talk about a real marriage. Let's talk about a real union, if you will. A recap package. We get a recap package, which is sadly necessary because this has been going on for so long, so many painful months that you liked a lot of it. And you don't have the right to be making the face that you're making right now because this should have paid off everything for you.
I don't like the recap package, but I got to tell you something, man. I have been looking forward to this. Ladies and gentlemen, the main event of the evening. You are all cordially invited to the nuptials of Dexter Lumis and Indy Hartwell. So, what did you think, my friend?
If you RSVP and you don't show up to this wedding,
oh, that's right, the story from like 2 weeks ago. That's awesome.
That's right.
Good times. You're gonna have to pay. You're gonna have to pay. There were a lot of funny moments in this wedding, bro. And some that were stupid, but stupid funny, in my opinion. But I want to hear everything you think about this wedding, bro.
I have one note on the wedding, and it is Ike Manjiro has no pants.
He's knee pants. He has a jacket.
Yeah.
You ever heard of Donald ducking it?
I have now. But even Donald Duck has the decency to close his jacket.
Okay. I got to tell you where I first heard it, the term. So I had this tendency of coming out of the shower after I dry myself off, and I always forget to get underwear. So I always make the walk from the shower to the room where my underwear is with just the t-shirt on and everything hanging out. And Jen goes, what are you, Donald Duck? I'm like, what are you talking about? She's cracking up looking at my little gimmick.
How do you not know what she's talking about?
I didn't correlate it.
Instantly put it together.
I guess I did it so many times that it just bugged her out, you know? So sometimes I do it on purpose now. I walk around the house. I'll literally walk around the house sometimes. There's a shoot. I'll have like a dress shirt on before we go out, and I'll just be like, all right, honey, I'm ready. And I have shoes on with just nothing on. Just my fucking
like
little gimmick hanging out. Quack, quack.
It's like that lesser-known Jamie Foxx t-shirt and no panties on.
Oh, I know that Jamie Foxx. That's with 2 X's.
Yeah. Yeah, so when I say, guys, that this was the best wrestling wedding of all time, that is extremely faint praise.
Yeah.
However, I don't know. I kind of feel like this is the best wrestling wedding of all time.
Some people were shitting on it, but I think these are people that were nitpicking and not understanding what it was.
Yeah. I mean, it's not so like, do I believe this has any place on my television? No. But did they, whatever they set out to do, like, did they nail it? Yeah. Should they have wanted to nail it? Up to you. But this came off very well. And different than any of these usually go, where you just are just waiting for it to be over.
Right.
Now, the greatest moment of all time in wrestling weddings did not happen here. That is, of course, when Teddy Long dies of a heart attack in his wedding to Crystal. That is #1 all-time moment. But this overall, the wedding proceedings, it's the best there's ever been.
Hold on. You're saying this is not better than Eric Bischoff ripping off his face.
I don't know why people love that so much.
It's because I, as a kid watching that shit, as a young guy watching that shit, I was like, oh shit, I had no idea it was him. I loved
fucking kid. You were like 29.
I loved when Dexter Loomis gives the fucking thumbs up. The priest is like, listen, you don't have anything more to say, and he fucking chokes out the priest.
Yeah.
And I love the obvious shit. Like they're like fucking Beth Phoenix. She gets a, oh, how convenient. And you hear Johnny Gargano, very convenient.
Right. Yeah, it was very, because this was theater in the round, folks. Like, that's exactly what this was. This is exactly like what some like, it's like a local play that you're getting to watch. So they had one chance to get all this right. This was live, I believe. So they all pulled it off, and their timing was good on everything, even though, like, whether you think it was funny or not, that's subjective. That's up to personal taste. I didn't personally.
That's your problem.
Yeah, I didn't laugh at any of this stuff, but I still know when, if you nail something, I could still recognize that. It doesn't matter if it was my personal taste or not. So, I thought, for the people, this was a good payoff for everything that they made us sit through. If you were into it, if you were like me and you didn't like any of it, this is not going to win you over. But yeah. So, and nobody worth remembering says, but Vet, they now know how to kiss. If you think that's knowing how to kiss, like, it's better than what they did the first time with the covering up. But shit, if you kiss your woman like that, get ready for an instant divorce. That ain't gonna cut it, my friend.
You didn't like the axe jacket, Elizabeth?
It was was it? Yeah,
it was a hatchet.
Hatchet, kind of.
Of a hatchet, yeah.
Or an axe.
Yeah. What?
They did axe throwing at the bachelor party, so maybe that's what it's supposed to. But yeah, it was kind of.
I did like when he was like, "It says, does anybody see a reason?"
Yeah,
and
everybody raised their hand in the entire thing. Yeah.
Were you wait? All right, I know you got to go.
No. That's my battery dying. It's nothing.
Oh, okay. Were you waiting for somebody to interrupt? Were you waiting for a fight to break out? Everything from what's his name, Gimmick Schneebert standing up and Mark Henry 2.0 grabbing him by the neck.
Yeah.
I
was waiting for all that stuff. I was waiting for a cake to get wheeled out and somebody to go in it, but they didn't do any of that same ass shit that they always do. It was just their own brand of comedy. I'm sure even like if you sit there and you actually believe that Kevin Dunn, Bruce Pritchard, and Vince McMahon are all sitting here watching this like it's an episode of Raw or something, which they're not. Yep. But if they were, they would be watching it going, I don't get it. And they wouldn't. But no. It was whatever they needed to be.
It was a wedding that actually finished with the two people actually getting married.
Yep. They didn't turn on each other.
Nope.
Nobody jumped out. It was
her lesbian girlfriend that was literally sitting right there. I was waiting for her to get up and say something. Nothing.
Literally everybody objected, but it still went on.
Yeah.
Like under threat of violence due to acts. So it was,
What about the spot where they want William Regal? He's a GM. He could do anything.
He's just like,
no. Yeah. No. I liked it, man. It was a fun way to end the show.
It was. And this is your soundbite. The greatest wrestling wedding of all time.
Really? Better than Hillbilly Jim?
Yes. Come on, when the fuck was the last time you watched that shit? Nobody cares about that.
I actually watched the Hillbilly Jim wedding about 2 years ago.
Man, that is... Well, look, you're married now, and you have a real life and a purpose, so you don't ever have to watch the Hillbilly Jim. I know you've talked about on the show having been in dark places in the past, and I can see how you would be in a downward spiral that could lead you to watching Hillbilly Jim's wedding. But you're here with us now.
It was probably
we're your family. We care about you. You can watch this wedding, or don't watch almost anything else that's way better. But since you have to review it, this wedding.
Oh, hold on. You got some good ones here. Eric Young and ODB.
Yes.
The match made in heaven. Ooh, yeah.
Yep. That was too serious, and so was corny. They were already fucking married by the time that happened too. So
They were about divorced.
yeah, that's
that's
like,
a
oh shit, we still got to do this. Yeah, no.
Anyway, well, this is a record-breaking show. I mean, I know you and Colin usually do 4-hour shows.
Yeah, it takes us about a month, but
it's worth it. It's worth the wait. But Vet, as I think this is it. It's time to say goodbye. Anything you want to kind of put over to our friends and family here that are watching and or listening on replay?
well, since it's probably already happened, you can be sure to go back and check out Mick Foley on the A Show bonus episode with our good friend Colin Wysong. At least he's my good friend. Well, he's a friend. Well, I know him. But
You shouldn't have said it.
There you go. So once you're done checking that out, be sure to go back and then check out the Impact Attack that I recorded with Colin and Brandon Stransky, where we discuss Impact, and even though Impact sucks, we try to do our best. And when you're done with that, you can go listen to my appearance on Destino, a New Japan Pro Wrestling podcast with Jargo, where we sit and talk about the G1 entrance and the MetLife Dome Stadium shows that they had. That was a fun time. And if you didn't check me out, if you doubt my movie knowledge, as Sergio has said earlier, you're not going to beat me in movie knowledge. And there's proof of that because on Rad Rob's RTW Rewind from a couple weeks ago, we talked about our favorite comedy movies. And I've got a list of movies that we forgot to talk about longer than the movies that you've seen.
Unbelievable.
So I'll bring those up next time we do a show together. And anything else you need me for, you can find me at Opinion Haver everywhere. I will interact with you if I deem you so worthy.
Okay. Well, all right. Thought it was more. Well, listen, guys and gals out there. I will be live again tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here, and also on Twitch. So at Hami Media Group on YouTube, and also at Hami Media on Twitch. And I'm going to be joined by Susio, aka Silvio. Chris Silvio. And we're going to be doing Light the Fuse because Ben Hameen is out there slapping people for $5.
Oh,
so
shit.
he asked me to host the show.
Can I come on?
You want to? It'll be a 4-man booth. You want to come on?
Who else is in?
Well, here's the news.
Give us the news.
Well,
do you have your
bring it on.
Nightline music?
I am bringing. Oh, hold on. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. I am, in fact, bringing on a good friend. He is a member of the Hitting the Marks Pro Wrestling Podcast, Hitting the Marks. Also a member of the PW Hustle. He also has his own brand. I'll let him put that over tomorrow. He comes all the way from Australia, mate. He's been in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, my good friend Jimmy T will be joining us, making his Hami Media debut. And if you haven't ever heard any of his stuff, he's actually really, really fucking good. Very smart, very fun, very interesting. I could definitely do a 4-man booth. That will be
No. If you've got a trio, that's fine. I thought it was just going to be you two. I'd be a third, but no, if you got a third, I'll save it for another time.
You sure?
Sure.
100%.
Yeah, man, I do enough shows.
Then you shouldn't have said it.
You're right. I should have let you do your news first.
If you change your mind, I would fucking love you to come on because I can talk less. I just want to host the show and not talk as much. So you let me know. But neither here nor there, ladies and gentlemen. You can find me on social media at Big Ray Hernandez on Twitter and also on Instagram. Find me on Facebook at Raymond Big Ray Hernandez. And this has been a lot of fucking fun. NXT 2.0. I didn't know what to expect, and I'm interested to see what happens moving forward. Will we have a women's championship match next week? Will Index? Are we going to go into that like what it's like living now? We have months and months of possible vignettes with them living together, getting together for the first time, and their eventual divorce.
Can't wait.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I always say I would do this for a living, but if I couldn't, I would do it anyway. Why? Because I love talking wrestling. I love sitting in this hot fucking room sweating like a motherfucker. I didn't want to put my fan on, but it is hot as balls. Here, you see that? There's a bead of sweat dripping off the side of my face. If you're watching live, in the words of Bill Apter, we will see you at the matches. In the words of the vet, Ray, you suck. Vet said what? You don't tell me to suck all the time?
Don't recall ever saying that.
Oh.
I said that you are the consummate professional, and you are handsome, and you have the voice of a god.
No.
And
I interrupt you.
And and you interrupt me. But if anybody's going to interrupt me, I'm glad it's you, buddy.
Oh. Well, I do like you very much, sir.
Oh, thanks.
That's why I do 3-hour shows with you. All right, Vet. I guess we can say goodbye. So please say goodbye to the people.
Peace out.
Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. See you next week. Maybe. See you tomorrow. Definitely. Oh, by the way, at the end of the show, not here, but on Patreon, I'm going to play the full NXT song so that you can hear how terrible it is.
Why don't you just play American Males?
You know what? We're going off, and you have to go to Patreon to hear the full American Males theme song. Only
You're welcome.
On Podbean, Patreon, wherever the fuck else we are.